Oi, oi, my Savaloys. Wait, can you guys hear the music? Is it now working? Hello. Top of the morning. My fellow peasants. Although it is afternoon already. 1 o'clock in Colombia. Still on the Colombia grind. Got my hideous old Nan shirt on. And I'm ready for some Mohg. We're going to get Mohg done nice and quickly. And we're going to slurp up all the lore. How you doing, guys? Yeah, having a good day. Jake's in the house. Oi, oi, mate. Where were you when I took down Malenia, bro? Where were you at? Is the music sounding okay, guys? Is it echoing? Fenrir. Hey! Good to see you, mate. Some juicy 16 news has been floating around. A little bit of a re-emergence of the FF9 remake rumour back in circulation. I gotta say, I'm 85% of the way thinking 9 remake is happening. I don't know, do you think it's happening, guys? 16 demo? Where are you at? Where's it at? Pez, you early today? Yeah, I thought I'd get in while I'm still fresh. Not so bamboozled. My throat is going though. It's hanging on by a thread. Yeah, I've been jamming some Elden Ring music. Very juicy tunes. Very hard to take in when you're in the heat of battle. But a very, very nice soundtrack. Very voiby. Very tony. Big ambiance. I like it. Yo, there's a lot in these melodies. It's nice. I've actually managed to get my headphones working again, which I can't play it while the game's happening. I've still got to figure that bit out. It's been nice to jam out and actually hear spatial sounds. Can't wait for 16. I'm so hyped. Bruh. I need it in my body. Can't wait for that live stream, man. 2.5 hours every day. I'm going to be on that 16 grind. And kind of interesting story from 16. Apparently the Moogles were the hardest thing. They were the hardest thing to render in the game. I think they had to create an entirely different protocol just for the Moogles, because the graphics switched throughout 16, and certain parts would make it look like they were hairless, so they look like skinned hedgehogs apparently. Pez, did you hear 16 got delayed? Why you always lying? You lying, man. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But I did come across this guy. I want to check this video out with you. It seems pretty cool. Elden Ring's most bizarre and beautiful faces. So I have a little peekaroo. See some of these characters. Some curious looking characters up close. Hey! My darling's here. Hello, Bree Bree. A lot of players have face data is essentially a set of instructions for the engine to adjust the default mesh. I could do that to the face of This isn't necessary for regular NPCs because they have distinct sculpted face meshes that don't need to be adjusted. Yeah, look at that dude. I think that's how I'm going to look when I age. That's going to be me in my 50s for sure. Bree is having to force onto me, and she's not doing that great a job onto it, but you have to force a skincare routine onto me. That will be me by 50, or probably 40, and this will be me by 50. So even if we can't copy the face data, we can unmask some of them. You can still copy some faces by turning the mesh into a helmet, like the blade mask. This blade guy seems significant. Well, the top two most requested faces to take a closer look at was Ranni. She was a curious lass. I've been asked what colour her clothes eye is buffy, people, but the eye socket is simply empty on the model. Okay, so the data mining the faces. Ranni Radahn is a child of Radagon. Oh, and he inherited his father's brilliant red hair, which he wears proudly. Oh, without his helmet, his signature remain. Could definitely take a comment. God damn, Radahn. Okay, he's Radagon's kid. Rykard's face is visible on the Great Serpent, even during the first phase, though it's flattened, so it's hard to see. During his phase change cutscene, his full face is revealed, restoring definition. Oh, Morgott's face is marred by gnarled horns. Oh, that fella. God, it gives me shivers just seeing him again. He whipped my ass. And in death, Morgott's cursed blood is evidently cleansed, revealing like an echo of what he could have looked like. Wait, was that a second phase or something? In contrast, Mohg's horns are more pronounced than his brothers. Alright, this is who I'm fighting against now. Mohg. Because Malekith seems very bulky. That's him under all of that. He don't seem so scary. That's Malekith. No. Oh, he's pretty gangly. What the hell? Both versions of him use the same model, so the intention may be that his robes have to be loose to hide his armor. He just looks dumb. Malenia's golden helmet. Alright. We're gonna unmask Malenia. But she's gonna look. Oh, of course, we'll see her in the second phase. Which may even suggest she's blind. Yeah, I thought she had no. Man, I got whipped 205 times by a blind chick. Was she listening to my squeals of suffering? Was that what was attracting her? Marika and Radagon are the same entity. Wait, I thought you guys said... No, it was Malekith. Malekith was the same as who? What? Marika and Radagon are the same entities. Man, I got to dissect some of this lore. None of this makes sense to me. Who the fuck is what? Little more than half Radagon's face remains. Resemblance to Malenia. So what is Radagon to Malenia? Latena? Who's this? Oh god, Wolf Rider. I hate those. Master Yug. This is cool. It's close-ups. You got beat up by the FromSoft Daredevil. Hello. Got a mate who looks like that. And of course, we'll cancel it. Oh yeah, go on, take his helm off. Let's have a look. Alright, boss. I just would think that they'd have faces under the helmets. Like, if they never unmask him, why would they ever make the faces? Primeval sorcerers Azur and Lusat. I haven't come across these these fellas. They seem to have the same worn, almost scaly face. Alright. Oh, this fella. Yeah, see, that's what I imagined. I imagined there would just be nothing under there. Like this fella. The Father Christmas of FromSoft. As likely expected, Melina shares the most requested spot with Ranni. That's not the only thing they share. Like the Lunar Princess, Melina has also a mysterious closed eye. But it does have an eye below the lid. Oh, Unfortunately, this version of the model can't open her left eye. Oh, but it's the same colour. The father model, which not only has both eyes open, but has different colours for each. Yeah, quickly on that, Mazaz. I also just saw this liquid flame fight in 16. Like, it's cool. It's definitely cool, like the Shiva involvement with it. And a lot of people like hyping over the fight, and it is a cool fight. Me personally, I don't like those kind of bosses. The kind of bosses where they're like more liquid, amorphous bosses that switch into multiple forms, like dragons and koalas and shit. And the Magma looked a little bit lame to me. I don't know. I weren't that hyped for that fight, personally. I don't know. I was watching it kind of indifferently. And the mechanics, I don't know, weren't that interested. Hey, there we go. The faces of Elden Ring. Nice. I've managed to stall for time. Because I got to go fight Mohg. But before we dive in, what you homies been up to today? You having a juicy day? Is it succulent? Does anyone also know how to remove coffee that's been kind of embedded into laminate flooring? It's I smashed a whole cup of coffee, a whole jar of it. I can't seem to get out of the laminate flooring. Oops. Oopsie. Oopsie poopsie. Alright. Hurrah, let's get this fella done. Right, how do I get the game back? Oh, there we go. Let me know if you guys hear the game now. Is it good? I need to find a way to fix my headphones so I can actually hear the game through my headset. I haven't got that far yet. You didn't clean it up right away, huh? I was streaming! Ah! Right, where's my Twitch crew? Where you at? Yeah, guys, your Angus is fully peppered. 20 days left until the drop of 16. And it comes out and it yeets Tears of the Kingdom from its hypey glory. Everyone's so hype about that game. But I don't know. I saw something on, was it Facebook? Someone was kind of slaying Tears of the Kingdom. Saying it looks lame, it has the same combat as, what was the first one? Breath of the Wild. Is that true? It has the exact same combat. And that basically it doesn't hold a light compared to a 16. The Zelda Final Fantasy War is about to kick off. This is going to be a year of the warring fan bases. I don't know, are you guys in both? Are you fans of both franchises? Hey, did you see the Square Enix tweet today? Wait. Square Enix tweet? Sorry, let me just... Thought I could hear the audio twice, got the TV on. Square Enix tweet, let me have a quick look. Something succulent? Something juicy? Where's my Twitter at? She said Twitter, right? Not Twitch. Square Enix. They just said. Oh, you mean about Final Fantasy Rebirth? Yeah, that they've... I mean, it's a bit of a non-point. How is development progressing with 7 Rebirth? Answer, development is progressing smoothly and according to plan. We're currently working on nailing down a release date for the game. When I saw that, I was just like, okay, non-point. Non-point. And then to see various Final Fantasy YouTubers are creating 5 to 10 minute videos around that with 7 Rebirth news, 7 Rebirth announcement. How are you going to make a 5 to 10 minute video out of that? What, you're just going to sit there and go, oh, they've said they're nailing down the release date and they've said that it's going to be in winter, so that could be anywhere from the start of end of 2023 to like beginning of it to March. Please give me views for my non-fucking content. And there's me, I go down the fucking Gnostic rabbit hole like an absolute maniac. Stick out a video, can't even get 1,000 views. I've been algorithmically buried. The algorithm is no longer my friend. Unless I just start making fucking non-videos, which maybe that's what I'll do. Blitz can make a 20-minute video on one tweet. I mean, yeah, they are awesome guys. True that. It's just, Bree knows how it be, like, with me. If I feel like I haven't got, like, something to offer to a video, or even if the story has been out for longer than 24 hours, I'm like, oh, well, it's old news. Ain't gonna cover it. Not juicy enough. Not succulent enough. But that's not how YouTube is. You need to report on everything. You need to do what... But I do appreciate, I saw a few comments. Yo, it's refreshing to watch a game video where they're not just trying to sneak in as many pronouns and like run-on sentences as they possibly can, just to make some fucking 10-minute vid. Man, I don't know, after 16:7 Rebirth, man, I might be done with YouTube. Might be done. I don't appreciate the world of content anymore, the way it's gone. Right, anyway, let me take my anger out on this fella. Whiff. Alright, this is good. Are we on fleek today? Oh, I thought he was doing his blood rain. Okay. So he's doing that. Oh, let's get in there. Oh no, stabbing! Ah, didn't get the stabbing, I just took a bunch of fire damage instead. This music. Now this fight is actually growing on me. It is actually pretty cool. See what you guys mean? It's very demonic. Very culty. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't think it would go down that way. Everyone seems to think they're building up something like Summer Game Fest in like 7 days. What? Summer Fest? Hmm? Did Pez casually announce that he might quit? The end is not. I mean, I'm always gonna like play games and stream and stuff, but basically after the juice, I'm gonna come back just when the moments are juicy. Dip out otherwise. Like I only do this channel now for passion. Other than that, I'm just gonna sit there and day trade and travel and squee with the brie. That's my plans. Also, I don't know. I may go back to school. The idea of this terrifies me. But have any of you ever gone back to school late in life? I don't know what for. I just know that I have a tremendous reservation with learning something new, and therefore I should do it because I'm so discomforted by the idea of it. So I should do it. But I don't know what. What could I go back to school and learn? I don't know, probably got to be something to do with AI, right? Like, I might as well submit to my AI overlords now. I feel like those of us who don't, we're gonna be the subjugated, like, sewer rat class. You guys either going to join the AI overlords or you're going to become part of the AI uprising rebellion. Pez, everything's online now. It's true. It's true. And Web3 is going to really evolve out the world of online entrepreneur and working. So I really got to evolve. I know a fair bit about Web3, but that shit's changing month on month at this point. Okay, I'm gonna have to shut up and actually.
It's mine.
Shush! Silence! Silence! You see nothing. YouTube is school these days. Well, that's the thing, man. With more than 50% of kids, more than 50% want to become YouTubers and online influencers. Oh, I hate the word influencers. Alright, what's an old man like me gonna do? Although saying that, guys, we're slowly. This is kind of exciting. I guess most of you are what? Closing in on 30? We're gonna start becoming the old sages. We're gonna be the ones who have the wisdom. Like the pre-tech. Not that we were pre-tech, but we're the last generation that had some semblance of a phase, a time when everything wasn't that so far gone. I think that's what I might just transition into. I might just get a big old pipe, grow my beard really bushy and long, it's really starting to get greys, and just start naysaying about the woes of serotonin addiction to technology. Mm. 22, Jake, you're only 22. Jesus, man. Still got everything to live for. Don't become jaded, man. Don't let the world jade you. I don't know. Anyone part of the jaded crew? Ah, really? Really? You asshole. Oh man, my reactions are dim. Roll towards. I'm just going to risk it, the biscuit. Kind of wanted to stagger. If I heal, he's definitely going to stab me. Can I do the overhand? Oh, wow. Oh. Booty bum cheeks. This fight isn't hard. By the way, is it too loud, guys? I think I need to turn it down my end, or is it too loud on your end as well? It's kind of disconcerting. Let's bring it down a bit. It's like blowing my ear holes. I've been jaded since I was 10. Shit, man. Because of the surgery. Damn, yo. Hey. Suffering is the emergence of much deeper, stronger understandings and gifts. You may be very lucky through your extreme unluckiness. One way to look at it. Evening, lamb. Hello, mate. Welcome to the stream. Are you well? Old monk. Old monk. I aspire to be you. Hello. I took a couple of years out before going to college, uni college. I was older and far more determined. I passed with first honour. Hey, look at you. Nice one, Squire. Roll straight into that. That didn't do much damage. I think I can do an overhand. No, let's keep that. I do want to get the stagger. Ah, that's a good run cheek. Alright, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. Try to keep as many potty walkies, even sections. Oh, came swanging around. Oh shit. Pretty good damage. I've got lots of mana. Let's bring this home. Oh, we came round. Oh, that's going to put me in a bit of an icky sticky. Can I get one of these off? Oh, I can. Nice. Woo! Let's do it. A nice little load with Mohg. You're gonna get wrecked, Kapow! Ooh, that's an ouchie. Oh man, my rolling is out. Oh, big cheese. Mush. Mush. I'm doing really bad on this phase, but at least the kind of... Wow-wee. Mamma mia. Pretty good. Oh. Oh no, my life is low. I need to get my spells off. ASAP. Please don't walk that. Alright. Thunder big boy engage. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go. You're half fiddly D. My name is Final Fantasy P. Whoa. I did so bad phase 2. Pretty. And that's the benefit of reserving your mana. Alright, lore time, right? Nice. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised I got that. That's what's weird about this game. Times I lost to Mohg, but I felt like I was nailing it, crushing it. That time felt like an absolute flirt. I still got it. Whee! Nice! Okay. Let's go see what old Malenia in a husky eggs are all about. Malenia? No, not Malenia. Miquella! Miquella! Whee! Right, so are there many more bosses in this game, or have I pretty much smashed it? I'm going to put these into Vigor. It was kind of squishy. Because if not, we'll just go and watch some Vitivadya. Wait, give me the law. Give me the law, bitch. Oh, do I go behind? Ah, here we go. Yo. We're just up here in the stars. And I cycled to a town in Scotland that was like this. I cycled up the precipice, came through the valley, and I came to the gates of a little town. It looked like that map. Well, it didn't look like that, obviously. It didn't look that good. But it was called Village in the Stars. It's like imprinted in my mind as such a glorious memory. Alright. Hey, Cami Xantar, welcome to the stream, man. Wait, how do I get the lore? I was expecting something to happen with this. Miquella wench. Oh, what the hell's going on over here? So I jump into the abyss, right? And that's how I get all the lore? You killed the lore dude. But How do I absorb it into my bones? There is one I would recommend for a sick looking weapon. What, boss? Alright. So I guess yeah, I'm not going to be getting the actual lore drop here, so should we go watch some Vathy video? Or Gideon Ofnir. Well, Gideon, I've just about killed him. Was there a second Gideon? Did you? Yeah, I killed Flaccid Sax. I killed that Dragon. It was a cool fight, cool arena. All right, I think we're done. Goodbye, Elden Ring. Never to sign in again. That's the end of it. I'm done. Way. Summerfest is like 2 hours. Wait, so when is this Summerfest? 2 hours. Yo. I think we're done. Nice. Done until the DLC at least. Sweet. Yo, is the DLC actually happened? Is that actually announced? Right. So yeah, I'm going to quit. Switch to the PS5. And I'll keep the PS5 on in the background just in case I want to come back, play something. Maybe I'll start a new stream. Alright, here we go. Now let's have a look at what this Summer Games Fest is about. That's the wrong tab. Congrats, Pez. Yay! We did it! 100 hours. 100 and probably 10, I think. Summerfest Games. Where is this? What to expect? I guess Jeff Keighley's. Oh, it's old Jeff. His name Jeff. Live in 5 days. Okay, well, they've already got it. They've already got out. June the 8th. What's coming on June the 7th? Something's coming out June the 7th. Oh, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. New season. As for what to expect, hints that Mortal Kombat. It's going to show off Mortal Kombat 1. Yeah, what is this Alan Wake stuff? I've never heard of Alan Wake. I've only heard of it recently, a couple of days ago. Death Stranding 2. CD Projekt Red. New details for Cyberpunk. Where did you guys sit on Cyberpunk in the end? Yeah, it had a big redemption arc, didn't it? From the dog shite it originally was. It was just really broken. Who will be? Oh, wow. Damn, this is a big lineup. Let me see that. Square Enix. There they are. Woohoo. Ubisoft. I mean, how many of these do you actually know? Amazon Games, they kind of picked up. Bandai Behavior, never heard. Grinding Gear Games, never heard. Warioverse, NeoWiz. Oh, Netflix Gaming. Yeah. They actually brought anything out yet? Paradox, Pocket, Pair. Right. Cool. I will be there for that. What time is it? I don't know. We'll suss it out later down. I think it said 1:30 or something. All I know is either SGF or the Xbox Showcase might show the Persona 3 remake. Yes, please. Man, this Persona 3 remake could be coming at a better time. Truly. Okay. Fatty Vidya Elden Ring. Has he put this in long form? Very excited for this. 15 remarkable secrets. Is there like a core playlist? Elden Ring, Prepare to Cry. Or the lore. Oh, which one do I start with? Can't imagine Elden Ring will make you cry, but if you end up playing P3 before getting the juicy bits P5R, part of me will be ever so slightly sad. Yeah. Doorbell's ringing. There's a really good fantasy game. Should keep an eye out for Dragon's Dogma 2. Yeah, I saw that flitting around. It kind of looked cool. Hydrate my booty before we infuse it with law succulents. Nom, nom. Right. Elden Ring lore explained. How much content have we got here, man? Oh my, oh sweet Jesus. Oh my God. It's like 5-6 hours of this. What do? let's just start. We'll get going.
Story doesn't begin in the lands between. It begins in the cosmos, far away, with an outer god.
Always a good
the
place to
Greater
start.
Will. There are a lot of
cosmos
mentioned in Elden Ring.
Captions on or
these
off, guys.
Kind of like the Great Ones of Bloodborne. They're distant beings. They're all-powerful and they're quite unknowable by design.
So, galactic
Many of
aliens.
these outer gods want to make their presence felt in the world. The Greater Will, maybe most of all. To this end...
Oh, quickly talking about... Talk about aliens. Stanford Professor Aliens. I shared this with my homies. I just want to quickly play you this, guys. Agree or disagree? Is this Stanford guy? Is he on it or is he a lunatic? Ah, no. Where's just the where's the short clip? Oh God, we've got to go to Daily Mail. Yeah, this was really cool. I've got to say, over the last 6 months, I'd say, I've slowly started transitioning, man. Oh, God. Where's the video? Like, I'd say I was 75-25. 75% being that aliens aren't here and they're not, like, around us. Man. Play the video. Oh man, they just give me the full talk. Sucks.
The communication that's already here. And that statement seems so looking for extraterrestrial here a long time. And, the National Defense Appropriation Act.
Yeah, here it is. It's
had
around
to
here.
assign a probability.
Yeah, assign a
You
probability.
had to assign a probability to that statement that you believe extraterrestrial intelligence has visited this planet. What probability would you assign?
100%. And that's not just my opinion.
100%.
The National Defense Appropriation Act, passed last year, signed by Biden in December. 30
I'll only play
pages of
2
that
minutes, guys.
is the
This is cool.
establishment of an unidentified aerial phenomenon office, the establishment of looking into the harm that's happened to any of a number of the individuals, going back to 1945 and
Looking at the harm that's happened to a number of the individuals. You talk about the
at the
aliens?
disinformation and misinformation that has been basically articulated over the decades. 12 U.S. senators have signed on to a document that basically says we want the information. The establishment of an office, Arrow, in the Department of Defense, has 25 people working in it right now. And what's their goal? Collecting the information across all of the U.S. Department of Defense intelligence offices, and collation of that into a uniform format for the very first time, and provision of that then to Congress, the creation of a whistleblowers program specifically that allows people from within, who I'm going to say this, who've been working on the reverse engineering programs, reverse engineering of objects, so that they can come in and break their oaths, but it's specifically just to talk to Congress and give.
So the reverse engineering thing is the part that honestly kind of makes me the most compelled. Bob Lazar, verified he worked at Area 51. Yeah, he said he's been there, he's seen these, like he's worked on these things. They can just like go up, move in like these crazy like patterns that just, there's no technology that we have that can do that. They discovered a new element. And they're able to make these things sort of do stuff, these extraterrestrial objects, but they don't know how it works. And I think they said it's akin to like if you dropped a car back in the 15th century. Eventually those people wouldn't know how to, they'd work out how to switch the car on, they'd know how to drive it about, but they would have no clue on the inner workings or how to replicate it. So Bob Lazar makes me kind of convinced of it, or at least not convinced. That first shifted me from 75-25 to like 60-40. Then you had the videos that got released by the Pentagon of those unidentified objects by the military. That kind of maybe shift to like 55-45. Then me and Bree and Tom, we watched a documentary. That shifted me even further. I may be 50-50. But you know why I'm still cynical? Because this is true what he's saying. They are collating like an office where all of this hidden secret information that not even the presidents are privy to. Like the thing that makes me cynical about it is, who are these individuals? What is this organization? Because Area 51 is just a fake out, right? That's not actually a top secret military base. There's too much publicity around it. I do think that's just a fake out for where the real secret shit is. But who are these people with the authority to keep this stuff hidden? And you know what makes me cynical? What makes me cynical is that the US is struggling to justify any more wars in the Middle East. Trump's starting up a space program, space military. I feel like it would be very beneficial to fabricate the idea that there's an alien threat. To fabricate that we need to create these space defenses and shit and flush trillions in military contracts on like a fabricated enemy because we're kind of struggling to justify murdering each other for military shareholdings. So I reckon that's why I'm cynical. Because I know that whenever it comes to wherever the hell money is being funneled, 90% of it is bullshit. Bullshit. Anyway, let's go back to the law.
It sent a golden star hurtling towards the lands between. The Elden Star's incantation tells us that this golden star was bearing a beast, an Elden beast. The Elden Remembrance calls it a vassal beast of the greater will. If you didn't know, a vassal is someone who holds land on behalf of their overlord. Obviously, this is fitting in this case, because the Elden Beast occupied the lands between on behalf of the greater will, and was a living incarnation of the concept of order. As such, this beast would later become the Elden Ring.
Wow.
The Elden Ring itself.
So I wonder if the DLC means that after we've killed the vassal of this greater will, it's going to send something else.
Some great, some small, that together represent a sort of logic for the world to follow. Thus, the Elden Ring represents order.
Is it loud
the true
enough,
nature
guys?
of this order is a subject of constant debate and research undergone by fundamentalists. But two of the key fundamentals are the laws of causality and regression. You can think of the law of causality as cause and effect, where actions have consequences, and those consequences are new causes that branch out into infinity. These are the relationships between things. Then there's the law of regression that states that all things eternally yearn to converge and return to their roots.
Interesting. Interesting. I kind of believe in both of those laws. Law of causality, which we kind of twist as fate. That is just more causality. Yo, I'm just looking. I've actually done 135 hours in Elden Ring. Holy nip-nips. The law of regression.
Fittingly,
Curious.
then, the Elden Ring is housed within the Erdtree, which towers over the lands.
Those are
between.
concepts in Berserk, I
But
think.
it's very important to stress that life in the lands between
I think
did
causality
not
was
begin
mentioned.
with the Erdtree, the Elden Ring, or the Elden Beast. No, the lands between were occupied well
John
before the
Dove.
Greater Will came. There were other beings here.
Hello, mate.
There were other factions here. There were other gods here. And there was even another great tree here before the Erdtree.
Ah,
And
right.
this is where
Was that
a
the
huge
Halig?
twist regarding the
Haligtree.
Erdtree comes in. So there are incantations in the game called aspects of the Crucible. According to
What
their
the hell is
descriptions,
that?
these are manifestations of the Erdtree's primal vital energies. And I quote, "They are an aspect of the
You can get a dragon tail in this game? Yo, I haven't even begun to summit what you can bust out in this game. What's the craziest other thing you've seen in Elden Ring? Some cool spells. I feel like I need to go to a spell
primordial
list.
crucible where all life was once blended together." But how could all life be blended together in the Erdtree if the Erdtree appeared after life existed? Well, there can only be one answer, right? That the Erdtree is a parasite, and it took over a tree that existed here before.
Okay.
This ancient tree was called the Great Tree. So the Great Tree was almost certainly the location of this primordial crucible, and it must have been a very powerful primordial force for the Greater Will to have commandeered. It might even be the reason the lands
Juicy.
between is important to the Greater
That's
Will
some
in the first
X-Death
place.
level
It also
nonsense.
explains why spells and enemies related to the Great Tree's crucible would eventually be looked down upon. For example, the knot talisman is fashioned from a knotted vestige of the crucible,
Yo, I haven't
and it was
fought that dude,
considered a
whoever that is.
signifier of the divine in ancient times, but is now increasingly disdained as an impurity as civilization has advanced. Enemies related to the crucible are the Omen, the Misbegotten, and the Crucible Knights, and all three of them would be shunned, enslaved, or imprisoned. Those who speak for the Erdtree don't want
Interesting.
you to know its roots, so to speak. According to the spell, Protection of the Erdtree, in the beginning everything was in opposition to the Erdtree, but through countless victories in war, it became the embodiment of order.
In Marika's own words, the Erdtree governs all. The choice is thine. Become one with the order,
The Golden Order,
or
right?
divest thyself of it. To
So if I hadn't of spoken to Ranni or whoever at the end, wait, was it Ranni? Yeah, it was Ranni. I would have joined the Golden Order, but by doing her, I broke it, right?
wallow
that
at the
was the
fringes,
crux of
a
the ending.
powerless upstart.
But the Greater Will needed more than a big tree. It needed loyal agents in the lands between.
What, the
To this
fingers?
end, it has the Two Fingers, who are its envoys. The Two Fingers heirloom has a weird picture of them, but it reads, "Of course, fingers cannot speak, yet these are eloquent. Persistently they wriggle, spelling out mysteries in the air. Thus did we gain the words of our faith." These words are interpreted by the finger readers. These are the undying old crones that you would have found throughout the lands between. They pass down the wisdom of the Two Fingers, or at least they used to.
Your fingers, please, your fingers.
Give us your fingers!
Most of them appear to have lost their purpose, and they're desperate to read your fingers.
So, Golden Order more like Golden Boot. Got 'em. Also, the ER ending is merging the Elden Ring and continuing the world as it was before the Shattering, or
and
changing.
tell you annoying
Therefore
riddles,
changing
since
nothing.
Their
Okay.
Two Fingers are likely dead. And yes, of course,
I
there
might
are
be
multiple
wrong.
sets of Two Fingers. You would have found their corpses on the tops of the divine towers.
Novus, you
Atop these
filthy,
towers,
you
you
filthy
loot
devil.
the fingers in order to activate the true power of a great rune. Specifically, though, you are giving benediction back to your great rune. You're taking a blessing back from the two dead fingers, essentially. This is just one of many blessings that the Two Fingers can bestow, and my point is kind of that the Two Fingers clearly have more than just influence. They have real power on some level. The Greater Will
fingers.
needs
Oh.
these powerful envoys and
Oh shit, I've
agents
actually got
because,
hairy
while
fingers
it's
as
obviously
well.
incredibly powerful, it
Oh
does
my
seem
god.
limited by a few.
Oh my god, I haven't looked at my fingers in so long. Oh, they're so hairy. Oh, it's gross. Oh, Anyone else rocking some hairy fingers? I'm a fucking gibbon, I am. I'm going back to
things.
8.
First is space. The Greater Will didn't come to the lands between itself. It sent an
I
Elden
want to
beast
shave my
to
fingers.
do
I'm very
its bidding
freaked out
instead.
by it right now.
Second is time. There is a moment later in the game where your pair of two fingers go still because they're forced to commune with the Greater Will for guidance.
When they are finished, the fingers will again offer their guidance. But thousands, if not tens of thousands, of moons must first pass. No matter for me. But you, how will you ever manage to wait?
Wait,
So the Greater Will
these
needs
crones
a
live
physical
forever?
manifestation of order. It needs envoys to convey its will, but what it also needs is a god. Introducing Marika the Eternal. I have this utterly enormous mind map of Elden
my
Ring's lore,
God.
and there's a reason she's at the center.
Oh! Oh my God.
She's essentially
Damn.
the equivalent of
That's
Gwyn
one hell of a
from Dark
weave.
Souls, except unlike Gwyn, Marika didn't just crawl out of the dark and find power. To an extent, it seems like she earned it. We don't know much about her origins, except that she is of the Numen race, which is actually an origin that you can choose in the character selection screen.
Human race. Okay.
Numen come from outside the lands between, and are supposed descendants of denizens of another world, long-lived but seldom born.
Wait, I'm so confused. So, because Marika and Radagon are the same entities, just different personas. So when I was saying Radagon, that was a chick the whole time. Was it?
At some point,
It
Marika
was.
was chosen as an Empyrean. What is an Empyrean? Well, an Empyrean is a being chosen by the fingers as a
No,
candidate
Radagon's
for
a
godhood.
dude.
As an Empyrean,
Radagon was a
Marika
man. So why were they showing Radagon when they're saying Marika, a separate entity? What is it, like the male and female sort of aspects?
received the aid of a shadow to do her bidding.
The
So what is
masculine
a
and feminine
shadow?
principle
Well,
of it?
it's
Okay.
a wolf, shadow-bound to its Empyrean by the two
Well, he had sex with himself and gave birth to Miquella and Malenia.
fingers.
Nothing better than a bit of self-sexing. Nom, nom, nom.
Lunar Princess Ranni is another example of an Empyrean with a shadow-bound beast. You would have met Blythe. These creatures are the Empyrean's very own shadow. They are completely loyal to their needs and, by definition, incapable of treachery.
Okay.
Marika's shadow was a beast called Malakath. Every Empyrean uses their shadow in different ways, but Marika's
Bree
sole
is my
need of
own
her
shadow beast.
was as a vessel to lock away destined death. So what is destined death? Well, according to Enya, it's the rune of death.
The rune of death goes by two names. The other is destined death.
We mentioned earlier
Right,
that
she
the
actually
Elden
gave a
Ring
lot
is
of lore,
made
that
up
shit.
of runes, and at some point, maybe when she was chosen as a god, Marika plucked the rune of death from the Elden Ring. She gave the rune of death to Malakath, her totally loyal shadow, who bore a black blade imbued with this rune. It's kind of genius, really. In a single act, she removed the concept of death from the lands between, while also commanding total control of death through her shadow, who could deliver it at her whim. Now, some of you might be asking, if death is removed from the lands between, how come I can kill this dog? First off, shame on you. Second, from a lore point of view, that dog isn't really dead. It's simply in the process of its spirit, or its soul, returning to the Erdtree, a catacomb.
Well, what is this dog thing I keep missing? Why are the turtles called dogs? Is this some sort of joke, an inside joke? The developers, are they actually dogs and they got turned into turtles? Like, can someone finally explain this to me?
Dungeons, for example, are specifically constructed near the roots of the Great Tree for this reason, so that the Erdtree
they're
can
just dogs.
reabsorb their ashes back into it.
It's
This
a meme, just don't
process
ask
replaced
questions.
the concept of the death that
but,
you were destined.
But where did the joke come from? Let me in on the joke. Where did it originate? I know, I'm going to find out for myself. Why are turtles dogs? I'm going to find out for myself. Elden Ring's taking the game industry by storm. The internet with odds like the dog meme. Ship the old block. That's it. See, with any game article, just skip through. Just skip through. Focus on the experience of their way through. So, just fucking so much filler. Domestically popular pets. Aggressive enemies. Okay. Dogs are so violent. Okay. Pretty harmless. I hate game journalism. I'm just gonna move on.
But this random spirit outside of a catacomb dungeon says it best.
Because the dogs in FromSoft are so aggressive and not
As another
dog-like.
example of this theory,
we'll guess
when
it's
you
that.
kill a major boss, you receive a remembrance of them. These are spirits, and they are hewn into the Erdtree. In this way, thanks to the Erdtree's grace, their spirits are immortalized, in a sense. This new form of death also explains what's happening when you summon spirits.
From ash and return to the Erdtree.
However, some spirits never return to the Erdtree, and they rise within death as corpses or skeletons instead.
Right.
So this...
I need to call out Bree here. Stinko Kami. Bree calls me Stinky, and Bree says that Stinky is her ultimate phrase of affection. Are you cucking me, Silver Kami? Stinko Kami? I'm being cucked right now. What's happening?
Was the new order. And it's important to stress that it was in this moment, when the rune of death was removed, when destined death was taken, this is when order became the golden order.
This area, man. This
Forbidden
area is
shadow
really cool in the
plucked
game.
From the golden
Brutal.
order upon its creation.
Specifically, this was Marika's golden order. So not only did she become a god and a vessel for the Elden Ring, she became renowned as Marika the Eternal for her removal of destined death. It was a huge part of her character and her reign as well. However, Marika had more than just death to conquer. She had wars to fight, as the world was occupied by many forces that could threaten her golden order. There was war with the Stormlord, who likely ruled over Stormvale. And there was a war with the giants, who were masters of a flame that could burn the Erdtree.
Yeah.
There was war with the ancient dragons,
I
who
see.
incidentally had stones that could twist time and thus slay a god. And finally, there was war brewing with the Carrion royalty, who had previously obeyed laws which contravened the Golden Order. Thus, sort of similar to how the Greater Will needed an Empyrean to enforce its will, Marika herself needed someone to wage war. So there was to be a husband, a consort, an Elden Lord.
A cock.
The man chosen was Hoarah, a ferocious warrior who became known as the Lord of the Battlefield. His crown was warranted with strength, and while it was for this strength that Marika married him, he was also required to take a vow to conduct himself as a lord. To suppress the ceaseless lust for battle that raged within, Hoarah took the beast regent Sarosh upon his back. You'll notice this is another example of a beast being given for the purpose of serving order. Thus, in this moment, he went from being Hoarah, warrior, to Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, consort to Queen Marika, and a certified demigod. Godfrey and Marika had 3 demigod children together.
I feel like this little arc here between them is happening between me and Bree. I feel like I need a new name. Like, I'm just sort of a wild, rugged, smelly hobo, and she's trying to make me sort of fit and proper for the world again. I need a new name. I need a new identity, a new persona, one that is socially.
There was Godwyn the Golden,
not so
who you saw
hobo-ish.
being killed in the opening
Jeff.
trailer, and there were also the reviled Omen twins.
Don't be a simp,
Morgott, who guards the Erdtree,
So I
and
keep
Mohg,
my hobo
who became
roots.
Lord of Blood. You might think that Godric was another demigod child, but he actually wasn't. Instead, he was probably descended from Godwyn. Anyway, we'll talk about the demigods more in detail in another video, so subscribe for that. But for now, just know that Godfrey and his offspring were the first demigods, henceforth
you can get his
the
gear.
Golden Lineage. In his wars, Godfrey led his 16 Crucible Knights into battle, who were named so for they fought with the primordial powers of the Erdtree.
There's a fight with 2 of them? Ooh! Ooh!
Their incantations were
shit.
aspects of the Crucible itself.
Oh my god,
and
really?
They likely fought giants, dragons, the Stormlord, and more to usher in their age. The age of the
Man,
Erdtree.
give these boys a pay rise.
In
They've been
Marika's
working.
own words, hark, brave warriors. Hark, my lord Godfrey. We commend your deeds. Guidance hath delivered ye through each ordeal to the place ye stand. Put the giants to the sword and confine the flame atop the mount. Let a new epoch begin, an epoch glistening with life. Brandish the Elden Ring.
You have
for
like
the age of the
50
Erdtree.
dungeons to traverse.
The Erdtree would
Damn.
go on to
I
be
wonder how many
largely
I
seen
did.
as a blessing
How much
for all
have
of
I
those
not
in
done?
the lands between, especially those close to it in Leyndell, the capital city of the Erdtree. The tree bestowed blessings. For example, the dew that dropped from its branches were like jewels. It loomed overhead as a constant reminder of order, and its roots reached far and wide, relieving many
remember this
of the
film?
burden of death. In fact, Erdtree burial was one of the highest honors a hero could receive. One by one,
Nice.
the previous factions of
How do you guys want to
fell.
be buried?
The giants were put to the sword, and their fell god was killed by Marika herself. The ancient dragons broke down the walls of Leyndell, but met fierce retaliation. However, I think the House of the Erdtree encountered the most
I feel like I want to be floated out on a crystal ship, dressed in a Moogle onesie. You want to be buried with your waifu pillow. Who has a body pillow here? Come on, let's share. We're all friends. Everything here is sacred and safe. Who has a body pillow?
trouble against the land to their southwest, Leonia.
Viking
Here,
funeral.
the House of the Moon
That's what I was
repelled
going
their
for. A
offenses
Final Fantasy
time and
version
time
of-
again.
I want to be
And
like
I mean that
Boromir.
literally, because there was not just one but 2 wars fought here, and in both of these, there was no victory for the Golden nor for the Moon. And I suspect it was probably because of these lobsters. These damn things can snipe you from like a mile away, and it's bullshit. Actually, it was probably because of the Carrion Knights, who, according to their weapons, were able to wield sorcerous battle skills, and despite numbering fewer than 20, this power made them a match for even the champions of gold in battle. These enchanted knights were anointed by
Let's
the
go,
Lunar
boys.
Queen, a young astrologer who went on to establish the House of Caria as royalty in this land. With her bewitching lunar magic, she won over the Academy of Raya Lucaria, where glintstone sorcery was studied, and united. The Carian royal family and the learned scholars of Raya Lucaria defended their home from the golden aggressors.
Good job,
At
guys.
the head of this great golden army was Radagon.
Lord Radagon was a great champion, possessed of flowing red locks. He came to these lands at the head of a great golden host. When he met Lady Rennala in battle,
These 2 champions clashed, fell in love, and joined their houses.
Radagon once cleansed himself with celestial dew, repented his territorial aggressions, and swore his love to Rennala. The Order of the Erdtree and the fate of the Moon were
Man, the chicks in this game are very strong. Seems like the dudes are just the side pieces. You got what's his face to Marika. Now Rennala has got her simp. Seems like women are taking over this game.
conjoined,
Gingers are peak.
and all the wounds
Man.
of war forgiven.
You might think it strange that the Greater Will would permit this union.
Gingers
but
just
it's not
submitting
too
to
odd, All
females.
things considered.
This
As
makes
with most
sense.
From Software games, sorcery
It's a
and faith
matriarchy,
are
Pez.
just 2 sides of the same coin, and both of these powers stem from the cosmos. Radagon and Rennala were known to have 3 children together. Lunar Princess Ranni, who inherited her mother's propensity for lunar magic, Radahn, who took after his father Radagon and would go on to master gravitational magic, and Rykard, who pioneered new hex sorceries and would go on to feed himself to a great serpent.
Lol.
It follows that at some point after this, Marika began to harbour doubts. Doubts about the Golden Order, that she had had a hand in creating.
in Marika's own
This is all one very angsty family story.
words.
Family
I
fight.
declare mine intent to search the depths of the Golden Order through understanding of the proper way.
Oh, I never fought Dung
Our
Eater.
faith, our grace is increased. Those blissful early days of blind
Did you get to
belief
see him
are
eat
long
poop?
past. My comrades, why must ye falter?
And it's at this point that we should talk about Marika's motivations, her character. This is surely going to be one of those huge points of debate in the coming years, but for now, my working theory is that
Your
she
words are
wanted
law to me,
discover
Batty Vidya.
the truth behind
Law.
order and the truth behind the greater will, and she believed that bonds had to be broken so that they could be better understood. She believed that
Okay.
there was great meaning to be found in hardship.
Queen Marika has high hopes for us, that we continue to struggle unto eternity.
For Lord Godfrey, his struggle ended at the end of his campaigns. According to his armor, he led the war against the giants, faced the Storm Lord alone, and then there came a moment when his last worthy enemy fell, and it was then, as the story is told, that the hue of Lord Godfrey's eyes faded. In truth, he was robbed of his grace. Then Marika sent him away.
My lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With
How many
thine
views has
eyes
this got?
dimmed, ye will be
7.5 million views. Woohoo!
driven from the lands between.
Damn!
Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die.
This became known as the Long March of the Tarnished, as Godfrey and his tarnished descendants walked away from the lands between. But Queen Marika absolutely had a plan here, that Lord Godfrey and his descendants would one day return stronger, having struggled outside of grace.
Then, after thy death,
Oh my god.
I will give back what I once
The
claimed.
man had to fight without a
Return
grace.
to the lands between,
I
wage
understand
war.
his struggles.
and brandish the Elden Ring.
I relate to you,
Grow
Godfrey.
strong in the face of death. Warriors of my lord, Lord Godfrey.
Soon after, she found a new husband. Either that or a new husband was found for her.
When Godfrey, first Elden Lord, was hounded from the lands between, Radagon left Rennala to return to the Erdtree capital, becoming Queen Marika's second husband and king consort, taking the title of Second Elden Lord. The mystery endures to this day as to why Lord Radagon would cast Lady Rennala aside, and moreover,
Nice.
why a mere champion would be chosen for the seat of Elden Lord.
Whatever the case, as a part of this union, Radagon's prior 3 children with Rennala became demigod stepchildren, granted grace thanks to their new family tree. Rennala was broken by this.
Oh, damn.
And so was her country, Leonia. The Queen's
Rennala got
sent reads, when Rennala,
divorced.
head of both the Academy of Raya Lucaria and the Carian royal family, lost her husband Radagon, her heart went along with him. And then those at the Academy realized that Rennala was no champion after all. In the wake
Ooh. Ooh. Rennala heartbreak. Oh, how sad.
of Radagon's betrayal and Rennala's poor judgment, Leonia struggled with civil war, with the Academy of Raya Lucaria on one side and the Carian royals on the other. And it's here
Women don't take divorces well, man. They really don't. I have 3 aunties that have all descended into big troglodyte versions of themselves, just like alcoholic maniacs, all from divorces. Just, damn, yo. Women take this whole marriage thing real serious. Shit.
during the age of the Erdtree that Lunar Princess Ranni, daughter of Rennala and Radagon, stole a fragment of the Rune of Death.
It happened during the golden age of the Erdtree, long before the shattering of
Where's
the Elden
this
Ring.
scene from?
Someone stole a fragment of the Rune of Death from Malekith, the Black Blade.
As mentioned previously, Malekith was Marika's shadow, and he had sealed destined death in a black blade. Then a fragment, only a fragment, of this rune of death was stolen. And once this happened, Malekith went a step further in protecting destined death. He bound the blade within his own flesh, such that none might rob death ever again. It was too late, however. This fragment of the rune of death was used immediately, that night, to kill a demigod, Marika's own son, Godwyn the Golden.
That was the first recorded death of a demigod in all history, and it became the catalyst. Soon, the Elden Ring was smashed, and thus sprang forth the war known as the Shattering.
Now, there is a lot of really credible evidence that Marika was behind this plot to have a fragment of the Rune of Death stolen. There's also a ton of evidence that Marika is behind the entirety of your tarnished quest, but we'll talk about that in another video. For now, all you really need to know, in terms of the timeline at least, is this.
It's very
after
dark.
the marriage of Marika and Radagon, and after a fragment of the Rune of Death was stolen, Marika went on to shatter the Elden Ring, and Radagon attempted to repair it, to no avail. The Elden Ring had been broken into runes, some great and some small.
You know, it's said that Lord Radagon harbored a secret. A famed sculptor of the Erdtree capital was once summoned to render Lord Radagon's likeness in giant stature, when he glimpsed the skeleton in Radagon's closet. And as such, it's said the great statue harbors his secret too.
Of course, the huge twist in Elden Ring is that Radagon is Marika. Or depending on what you believe, he became her, for she knew it was going to happen.
In Marika's own words, O Radagon, leal hound of the Golden Order, thou art yet to become me. Thou art yet to become a god. Let us be shattered, both. Mine other self.
You can tell when From Software is keeping something a little bit open-ended, and of everything in Elden Ring's lore, this will also go on to be one of the biggest unknowns as we move forward. For example, the wording, thou art yet to become me, reinforces that Marika and Radagon were
also
two
implies a
separate
time
entities
thing, right?
before the Shattering. However, in contrast, there is also evidence that Radagon was always part of Marika. For example, Enya says that
the demigods are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika.
But how can this be if Radagon married Rennala and had those demigod children? The only way that makes sense is if Radagon was always Marika and he just went over there to seduce Rennala long ago. I'll present more concrete theories.
Oh, so it was actually a lesbian wedding. Technically. Or is Rennala a demigod? So Marika's also Rennala. No, Rennala's separate. She ain't a demigod. I don't want to...
in the future, but on this matter, the most important thing is, what do you think? While you can figure out a ton of Elden Ring's story, not all of it is open to interpretation. Certain things are, and this is one of them. And your interpretation is a big part of what makes this story special. At any rate, the union of Radagon and Marika seems to be a union of two fundamental opposing laws of the Golden Order. We mentioned these laws earlier, actually. There's the law of causality, and Marika is an agent of cause and effect. And there's the law of regression, as Radagon is a character who aspires to be complete and regress together. So I have a theory that forcing these two beings that represent these concepts together would have corrected Marika's deviance. But even so, she was imprisoned in the Erdtree for the crime of the Shattering.
Marika's trespass demanded a heavy
Who locked her up?
But even in shackles, she remains a god and the vision's vessel.
Wow.
The conjoined Radagon and Marika even had two demigod children of their own, Miquella and Malenia. These two children were born afflicted. Miquella was cursed with eternal childhood, and Malenia harbored a horrific rot within. Even so, these two children were both chosen as imperial.
Rotten bitch!
They were immensely sacred beings and eligible to inherit godhood from the greater will. Perhaps the Greater Will
Ooh,
was just desperate
scene.
to find a worthy
Whoa.
successor. And indeed, in the
That's how she
shattering war
lost
to
her arm.
come, many would try to
Oh.
claim the shards of the Elden
Well,
Ring,
that's cool.
and
That's
they would
really
try
cool.
to take the throne, including, of course, the Tarnished, who returned from their long march at long last, which we'll talk about in the next main lore video. I should probably also mention here that if you become a patron, you'll see upcoming lore videos early, as that's one of the rewards you get if you pledge.
Very cool.
But it probably
Damn,
was
even
too
just...
overwhelming, you know? It took me ages to commit these names and the relationship of this together, and it helped a ton in learning about the story and vision. So many cinematic scenes for this video, and...
Damn. Even just that. That's only half an hour. It's a lot to take in. It's pretty cool, though. It's pretty cool. Demigods explain. Oh, my word. How deep do we go, guys? Do we just keep going? I might have to get food. So I'm starting to famish. I might have to chuck in the occasional go on Theatrhythm, final bar line, break it up. Oh, I've got some nuts over here. Let's have a couple of nuts. Wow. What a story. Elden Ring movie when? So much effort in these vids. For sure. For sure. Like, just even the recreating of like the little characters, to put in some extra scenes, it's nuts. Why am I not subscribed? And hit that like button. To input read your healing. I personally think that Marika fragmented the soul, similar to how you can fragment the Elden Ring into runes, and the fragment of the soul was Radagon, the aspect of herself who was lured to the greater will. My reason being, at some point Marika began acting in opposition to the greater will. I suppose around the same time Radagon began to appear. Then Marika stepped too far the line, Radagon was called back and was made to marry Marika in an effort to contain her. So wait. Radagon married Rennala, had a bunch of kids, 3 demigod kids, and then went and married himself? Is that right? Was made to marry Marika, but then yeah, Marika was made to married Horaloo. Effort container and out to Marika shut down the ring to keep Radagon busy in order to buy Horaloo and the Tarnished more time to finish the plan. Wow. What the hell? And then he had Miquella and Malenia. Let's go on to the next story. Let's go on, we'll eat some nuts and watch this next one. It's Jungian psychology,
The
symbolism.
demigods are
Well, different personas and their intertwined relationship with one another, etc. How do you live with YouTube light mode? Dark mode any day.
are each and all the direct offspring of Queen Marika. There was Godwyn, Morgott, Mohg, Radahn, Rykard, Ranni, Miquella, and Malenia, Blade of Miquella. Malenia, Blade of Miquella. Malenia, Blade of Miquella. And Malenia. Not again. All of these demigods had fallen from grace by the time the shattering occurred. But in this video, I want to mostly talk about the origins of these characters, who these demigods were before the fall. And some of these demigods fell a long way indeed. Before he became this unsightly mess, Godwyn the Golden was quite the heroic figure. He was born of the promising union between Lord Godfrey and Queen Marika, and he achieved great renown for his bravery in one of their wars at least, the War of the Ancient Dragons.
I'm quickly curious. Elden Ring. Wow, someone's done a whole video on it. Union archetypes in Elden Ring. The shadow, the animal side. Yeah, they create all of the shadows. Ranni had, what was his name? Björn. Baddie. Briok. Barlin. Dwalin. Oinkloin. Bane. Bior. Showing a very literal self with the relationship between Marika and Malenia. Ranni. Blade. That's it. Yes. But I just kept reading. Anima, animus. This is unconscious feminine mind of a male. Unconscious masculine mind of a female. Marika Radagon is the blindingly obvious example here, but I wonder if Miquella and Malenia could fit here too. The self. This is what we're working towards. Self-actualization. This is true, becoming a complete being. I think you can read the game as this being a goal for the Tarnished, and Reforging Elden Ring is symbolic of that. Several of the Tarnished just state runes to make a complete version of the Elden Ring. Ooh. With many having a very literal incomplete versions themselves. Missing limbs, eyes, corporeal forms. That is pretty cool. I see it.
This war began when Grandsax, a great ancient dragon, rained calamity down upon Lane Elm.
Man, I wish I could extract the feminine part of my mind into a form. I wonder what she would look like. I wonder how juicy her titties would be. I wonder what it should be like. Fempez. I bet she'd be lovely. She'd be a great gal. It's on your arm, Pez. It's true. You know what's been pissing me off lately? Where is it? I keep getting YouTube recommendations for this really toxic masculinity channel. And it's the worst. And I keep clicking on it just because it's so hilarious. Men have to be men. We are men. We must be tough. We are warriors. Must fight. Do not submit to a woman. Do not submit to her wills. Shit. I can't know. Let's see if I can find it. It's just like there's this whole channel. It's got like 1 million people, and it's all of these like fucking dudes who think that they've like attained this kind of like masculine persona, and it just reads like so unself-aware. Just the level of insecurity and fucking go to your history. I don't want to go. Wait, hello there, cunt. I've got to click this. What is this?
Do not buy that.
Right? Why are you so afraid of having a more gentle, feminine part of your nature, man? Like, what is so terrifying to you about that? Right? What's your relationship with your mother, man?
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
You didn't tell me we could do that. I didn't sleep with your sister.
You didn't sleep with my sister.
That child isn't mine.
That child isn't yours.
I don't need to pay child support.
If anything, she needs to pay you.
This is great. Come on, lighten up. Jeez, no wonder Vader wants to kill you.
So I said to him, your wife is so loose, people call her the Sarlacc pit. No, you did not. I totally did. And then
What the hell are all you kids doing? I don't pay you to stand around all day and scratch your bloody balls.
You don't pay us at all, mate.
You shut your bloody mouth, you big sperm man.
I'm just saying, it's only deep roots of systematic fear, violence and tyranny that keep us all in check.
Yeah, you're not getting any more of that either, you bloody lazy bastard. Get back to order.
Vader's a bit of a dick, eh? Go easy, mate. His only stable father figure was a blue Italian alien bird who sold slaves.
Don't do it, mate. I have the high ground.
You underestimate my power.
I'll cut your dick off. For fuck's sake. See? I told you. Mate, you were supposed to be the chosen one. Now look at you. You bloody idiot. You're drunk. completely legless.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
What? We've seen you stroking your red lightsaber when you don't think anyone's looking.
Disturbing is this move.
Forgive me, master.
Also, we read your diary, mate.
This is outrageous.
You seem to really hate sand and younglings.
He's right.
Jedis don't kill younglings. You got that?
I understand.
5 minutes later.
Master Skywalker, there are too many.
So dark.
What are we going to do?
Master Bazza.
Palpo.
I must say you're here.
Bazza.
Listen, mate, I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got to place you under arrest.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
No, I'm not, but the Jedi Council are. They're pretty pissed, actually. Said you took a dump on the Senate floor.
I am the Senate.
Yeah, they said you'd say that. Come on, mate, I don't got all day.
It's treason, then.
Treason? What? Holy shit! You didn't tell me the old bastard could fly! You know what? Fuck this. The Jedi Council do not pay me enough. You can take a shit wherever you want, mate.
You know what I've come for.
You mean the photo of your helmet that you texted to Ray?
We know you found it.
Well, you said it as your desktop wallpaper, mate. It was pretty hard to miss.
The old man gave it to you.
Yeah, he did. Why did you send it to your dad?
I'll show you the dark side.
I've already seen it, mate, and you need to see a doctor.
You're so
right. Your lightsaber shouldn't naturally be red.
Well,
Qui-Gon fucking Jinn. How you doing, mate?
took you long enough.
Yeah, that's what my wife tells me.
Beginning to think you'd never come.
Yeah, she says that too. How did you guys know that?
I was always here.
Have you been spying on me?
Come on.
Well, at least now I know why you wanted to be a Force ghost, you creepy old bastard.
I mean, it's an Aussie video. I didn't hear the C word once. I'm not going to press the like button, but that's pretty funny. Oh god, these peanuts are killing me!
That Laendel's walls
Killing me!
fallen. It's not clear why Grandsax first attacked, but fortifying themselves against lightning, the Knights of the Erdtree weathered his assault, and Grandsax was defeated. However, this was only the beginning, and a bitter war against the ancient dragons was to follow. During this war, the Erdtree Sentinels had an epiphany that the only way to truly protect the Erdtree was to become dragons themselves.
Oh.
And so, despoiling the corpses of their foes, the grotesque sentinels served the Erdtree, but fought with the claws of the enemy instead. In the end, the ancient dragons were routed once again. In a graveyard of swords by the Stormcaller Church, the end of the war is commemorated. Here, we learn that during battle, Godwyn the Golden defeated Fortisax, called the mightiest dragon of them all. However, he did not kill Fortisax. Instead, he befriended him. And it was in this act that the powers of the ancient dragons truly became a part of Laendel. After all, only those loved by dragons can survive the ordeal of cladding their bodies in lightning. So, from an unlikely friendship, an ancient dragon cult was born in the capital city, and the Knights of Laendel learned to worship the dragons and wield their lightning. Lanciax, sister of Fortisax, even took human form to better commune with the knights. It was officially decided that the worship of the ancient dragons did not conflict with belief in the Erdtree, and it was all thanks to Godwyn, commander of the dragons' golden lightning, and a true child of the golden lineage.
Well, that's why there's like dragons over the city and stuff. Okay. Hello, Tyler. I did see the rebirth tweet. I mean, I couldn't get that excited for it. It's just like, it was another please be excited. That right there. Please be excited. There's a thing happening. Please be excited for the thing that's happening.
But now, let's talk about Morgott and Mohg.
Yes,
the
let's
Omen
talk about them.
twins,
Oh, they are. They're
of
twins.
Godfrey and
Yeah.
Marika's golden lineage. First, what is
Yeah?
an omen? Well, to put it simply, an omen is an accursed child seen as impure, as they are born with horns on the body and face. When this happens, the correct thing to do, culturally at least, is to cut off the horns of the omen, an act which usually causes them to perish. It's pretty messed up. But some omen do survive this process, and some omen are even given a cleaver, crafted specifically for them and awarded as a tool of war, although these weapons are bestowed with a readiness to take them away. We find one such omen in an Erdtree camp upon the Altus Plateau.
I never saw this guy.
Before you fight it, you might have noticed
Or maybe I
another
did.
omen nearby, writhing in its sleep. It's said that omens see evil spirits in their nightmares, and I think this omen is dreaming, haunted by the vengeful spirits of its accursed kin.
Juicy.
This brings us to the Omen Killers, who are horrifying butchers of twisted conscience. They wear these horned masks that make a mockery of the Omen's nightmares, and these butchers hunt the Omen and amputate their horns. The first Omen killer was named Rollo, a famous perfumer who had to imbibe...
Oh, those goddamn perfumers. They were the worst! They were the worst. Okay.
a physic to rid himself of emotion so that he could better perform his tasks. Remember, it seems many Omen have their horns excised when they're very young. That's definitely disturbing enough to warrant an emotion-killing physic in my book. However, if the Omen is born of royalty, then their horns are not cut off, but the Omen is kept underground, unbeknownst to anyone, and imprisoned for eternity.
Oh,
By way
damn.
of example, you would have seen all kinds of Omen confined to the sewers beneath Leyndell. But why are Omen considered to be
Dark
accursed
Phoenix.
in the first place?
Thank you, babe.
Some of them are clearly intelligent, so what's inherently wrong with being born with horns and great strength? Well, it's important to remember, I think, that this curse might only really exist in the context of the Golden Order. After all, those afflicted with Omen horns are not able to return to the Erdtree for rebirth and are said to be born outside of its grace. But why does the Golden Order disavow the Omen, then? Well, it's hard to say for sure, but my working theory is that it's to do with the Crucible. According to this ancient incantation, horns were once an aspect of the Erdtree's primordial crucible where all life was once blended together. And with the exception of a couple of crucible nights in and around Leyndell, we know that the Golden Order has started to distance itself from most things that touch upon the crucible. While things like horns, knots, feathers, and scales once grew on the human body and were considered signifiers of the divine, now they are disdained as impurities as civilization has advanced. We learn this from the knot, scale, and feather talismans, all of which are guarded by Omen.
So being horny was once acceptable,
Unfortunately,
but
for
no
the
longer.
Order of the Erdtree, these once divine impurities seem to crop up in some births, whether they like it or not. Almost like it's a genetic trait, as if it touches upon the crucible at the root of the Erdtree. And so you have to ask, is it really a curse to be born as a graceless Omen? Well, as with most curses in
Is
these
he
games,
an Omen
I
as
think
well?
that
Oh,
depends
Pooh
on
Peter?
perspective.
But Pooh Peter's had his horns cut off, has he?
In any case, Mohg and Morgott were Omen royalty, and thus they were born into a wretched
longer,
mire
you get bumped.
far below the earth, horns and all. Here, they were kept under the strictest confinement. Each of them were bound with charmed shackles that were covered in...
I had to wait nearly 3 months before I was allowed to be thirsty and horny towards Bree. It's just not acceptable to court someone and just lead out the gate with horniness. Like, you just can't open with a dick pic anymore. The world has changed. Not entirely for the better.
in roots or thorns and bathed in golden magic. It seems very few people were supposed to know that they even existed. Morgott, for his part, renounced and despised his accursed Omen blood.
That
and
was
his
a cool
brother
sword.
Mohg embraced it. Deep
Ah.
underground, Mohg stood before
Yes.
another god, a being called the Formless Mother, who craves wounds, a being capable of bestowing power upon accursed blood. In this moment, Mohg's accursed blood erupted with fire, and he became besotted with the defilement that he was born into. Here, deep below the earth, he would go on to build a dynasty of blood in reverence of a mother, something it seems he never truly had.
So
As
there,
for Morgott,
there were
he was
weird
born
mummy
to the same
issues.
accursed fate as his twin brother,
Okay.
but despite not being blessed with grace, he loved the Erdtree all the same, and even took it upon himself to crawl out of the sewers and become the Erdtree's protector when the Erdtree needed him most. In the end, he
Aw.
rightfully became the Omen King and Lord of Leyndell. Omen or not, he was, after all, born of Godfrey and Marika's golden lineage.
damn.
Of course, the marriage between Godfrey and Marika.
That's heavy. That's heavy stuff.
And before long, Marika remarried with another man, a champion named Radagon, who Marika calls her other half. He became second Elden
So
Lord,
Horaloo got
the king
got
consort,
cut.
but he also brought with him 3 children from a previous marriage that he had had with a Carian queen named Rennala. These children were Ranni, Rykard, and Radahn, and they all became demigod stepchildren after Radagon's reunion with Queen Marika. Possessed of his father's flaming red hair, Radahn was fond
Oh
of his
God,
heroic
Radahn, you
implications
were...
and considered himself to be born
You're
of a
an
great
asshole.
champion. Yet he also looked up to another man, Godfrey, the first Elden Lord, Queen Marika's first husband and the Lord of the battlefield. But Radahn wasn't just the son of Radagon and an aspiring Lord of the battlefield, he was also the son of Rennala, who was head of the Academy of Raya Lucaria and Queen of Caria. So as a Carian royal, inclined towards sorcery, Radahn bent his will towards mastering gravitational magics. Rock sling, gravity well, collapsing stars.
Tiny
These
little
techniques were
horses.
taught to him in Celia, the town of sorcery, all so he would never have to abandon his beloved but scrawny steed.
That's not the only reason. It can't be the only reason.
Said before long, his powers would be put towards a more cosmic purpose.
That horse was so
simply
dumb.
allowing him to ride his own horse. Radahn was taught gravitational magic by an alabaster lord, a member of a race of ancients with skin of stone who was said to have risen to life when a meteor struck long ago. And when his lessons were complete, Radahn uttered these chilling words.
Thank you for your tutelage. For now, I can challenge the stars.
And of course,
Who is that fella? I haven't seen that fella. Have I fought that fella? So the Pez and I, Pez, we need to connect. Pez email, remember. I've peasant@mail.com, bro. I've got peanuts. I've got penis stuck in my throat. There's lots of penis in my throat.
he did conquer the stars, and the very constellations would be halted by his strength.
I use those weapons.
But of course, you
They
kind of
were
have to
right.
ask why. Why was it necessary to conquer the stars in the
peanuts.
first place? Well, I have a couple of theories. Theory 1 is that it was done in self-defense. After all, according to the sword gravestone, Radahn was protecting Celia. What's more, gravitational magic has destructive power, and many gravitational beasts are proof of that destructive power. A being named Astel had even come down to the lands between in the past and destroyed a place called the Eternal City. What's more, Celians are descendants of the Eternal, positioned right above the Eternal City underground, so there is an argument to be made for Radahn purely defending Celia for some reason here. But it's possible for Radahn to have fought in this conflict and to have made the first move as well. So this is theory 2, that Radahn conquered the stars as a preventative measure in service to the greater will. According to a set of astrologer items,
This is another... Radahn reminds me, people saying that they nerfed Radahn, they made him easier than when the game first came out. Somebody had also posted that for Malenia as well. They're like, he's struggling, and they've nerfed her since she first came out. No, imagine if he'd have had to have taken it at the beginning. No, yeah, you use summons, motherfucker. You use summons. Don't come at me. I don't know about that. Let's see if that's true. Did they nerf Malenia? A new Elden Ring hotfix has nerfed Malenia after she was accidentally buffed in patch 1.04. Oh, right, so it was a bug then, you fool. You fool of a toque. Known as patch 1.041, patch has fixed a bug with Malenia, in which her HP was not healed correctly in the online multiplayer environment. What's this? Wasn't Malenia nerfed in this patch because this bitch is even more damn near impossible to beat? Okay. Maybe, I mean, it just sounds like it was... Latest patch makes Malenia even harder to beat. So, there was a mistake, and then they undid it. Salmon. Always some good June releases. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good layout. Street Fighter, Diablo 4 and 16. Woo! Anyway, I don't know. Maybe they did.
The night sky cradles
Bad
fate.
fixes ain't nerfs.
There's even a banished
Radahn
sect
got a
of
legit
people
nerf.
called the
Yeah.
Nox, who live deep below the earth in eternal anticipation.
So that person, when they were typing that, they were really just trying to undermine my struggles, trying to put me down, trying to belittle me, trying to diminish me. Why do these people exist, man? Do they power up from it? I feel like there are fuckers out there who they get a sense of power for putting others down. Even a harmless little peasant like me.
Of the coming age of stars and their lord of night. Long ago, these people invoked the ire of the greater will. So it would make sense that those in service to the greater will might have sought to arrest the stars and put an end to this fate. What's more, Radahn was just a huge fanboy of Godfrey, and he seems to have more loyalty to the Erdtree than to the moon. Finally, the telescope item description says that the fate once writ in the night skies had been fettered by the Golden Order, so surely this is referencing Radahn's actions, and it levels the blame at the Golden Order. But putting Radahn's motivations aside...
Was it the Golden Order? So he's working for the Golden Order. But so who? What? But didn't we use the Golden Order against him, or was that not the Golden Order? All those people we could summon. Blade was one of them. Ranni's shadow aspect, shadow slave, gimp, a shadow gimp. We could summon all those boys, so they were going to get. He sides with his dad Radagon.
It's a fact that the stars were held back, and that this had great consequences for many, especially for the rest of his Carian royal family.
Let me explain. The fate of the Carian royal family is guided by the stars, as is the fate of Lady Ranni, first heir in the Carian royal line.
It's a war on the family has against each other.
Radahn is the conqueror of the stars, who stood up to the swirling constellations, halting their movement in a smashing victory. And so, if General Radahn were defeated, the stars would once again resume their movement, as would Lady Ranni's destiny.
Ranni, who's connected to the stars because she's daughter of
Radagon
Rennala.
And sister to Radahn.
Yes.
Interestingly, if you look at her true body atop the Divine Tower, it
Yeah,
looks
she
like
got
she might
crispy.
have also inherited the red hair of Radagon.
Ah,
Cool detail. But
very cool
unlike
detail.
her brother, Radahn, she quite
She's in a
clearly
doll,
took
isn't
after
she?
her mother more, who was Rennala, head of the Carian royal family. The House of Caria has this storied history, one that seems to go way back to the astrologers. In the Carian Manor, we find one of their treasures, the Sword of Night and Flame. It reads, astrologers who preceded the sorcerers established themselves in mountaintops that nearly touched the sky and considered the fire giants their neighbors. Rennala herself was an astrologer, always chasing the stars in her youth. Then she met the full moon, and in time, the astrologer became a queen, establishing the House of Caria as royalty. Caria appears to have a
How many of you
matriarchal
are
hierarchy with multiple princesses
Star
and
junkies?
Carian
How much would you
knights that
pay to
serve
go into
as their
space?
retainers.
If they were selling tickets, as they are, isn't it old Branson? You're thinking about making tickets to go into space. What's the max you would pay to go into space? That'd be pretty cool. Be a pretty cool date, Brie. Pop into space. I don't know. Do you get a private room? Do you get a private room on the spaceship? Because smashing in space, nah, maybe I'd pay like 500 quid for that. But if you just sat with a bunch of twats and you just go up into space, you come back maybe 250, I would double my price if I'm allowed to smash in space. 5 schmecks? What? I'm letting it go if I get a week-long vacation on the moon. Have you two ever gone to a dark sky park? What, like where there's no light pollution and you get to stay up at the The stars. Nah, I'm good here. Go into the core of the earth. There is no core. Well, the core is hollow, and that's where the dinosaurs still live.
Now, however, there is only one princess.
Bree's obsessed with
Ranni,
dinosaurs.
daughter of Ranallah.
Probably why
And
she's
at the
dating
time of
him.
her birth, she would have been set to inherit quite a lot of power indeed, for the Carrion royal family was at its height, and her mother was not only queen, she was also head of the Academy of Raya Lucaria, having bewitched them with the enchanting power of the full moon. Leading the young Ranni by the hand, Ranallah guided her daughter to a meeting with a moon of her own. What Ranni beheld was cold, dark, and veiled in occult mystery. A dark moon, a sort of twin to Ranallah's own full moon. You can even see both of these hanging in the sky if you stargaze from the heights of
Her
the
mum
moon
gave her a bloody moon.
Another who guided Ranni was a character called the Snowy Crone, who the young Ranni encountered deep in the woods. When you look at Ranni, it's actually the likeness of this snow witch that you're seeing, as the doll that now houses Ranni.
Nicest thing my mother ever gave me was a copy of Master of Olympus to play on PC and a tube of toothpaste to eat. This bitch be getting a whole moon from her mum. So what's happened to the Chinese building their moon? Is that China's man-made moon? How's that coming along? Any updates? They're doing it to offset all of the light costs. It's going to save a couple of billion or something. Right, it said to be the first of its kind, play a key role in the future country's future lunar missions, supported by a magnetic field that was inspired by experiments to levitate a frog. Man, the frogs be getting the rough end of the stick in all of our experiments. Bree loves frogs. Hopefully when we go to ayahuasca, we get to smoke some frog leg secretion. That'd be good. Where is it? Has it actually started? Some experiments, such as impact tests, just need a few seconds in the simulator. Impact test. That doesn't sound good. Levitate a frog with a magnet, for which he won an IG Nobel Prize. First makes people laugh and then think. Did the frog levitate? Levitation led to applications in space exploration. Magnetic levitation is certainly not the same as anti-gravity, but there's a variety of situations where mimicking microgravity by magnetic fields could be invaluable. To expect the unexpected in space research. It's a really cool train in Japan. It runs purely on magnets. I can't remember how they did it. I had to do it as a science project. It's propelled along with magnetic force. Magnets. I like magnets. Is there no picture of it's under construction? Where's this moon? Is that gonna look? Yeah, this would be so trippy. Chinese artificial moon. Well, good for them. Good for the Chinese. I support the Chinese. I submit to my AI and Chinese overlord. They are going to be the ones running the future. Sorry, America, step aside. Your time is done. Democracy and freedom no more. It's time for communism to take the reins again. They are in water and land. Its symbolic balance took up Jung or Jordan Peterson, which based on Jung's idea of frogs are. I wonder if Jordan Peterson's recovered. He was in a bad old state.
His soul was modelled after her, probably as a sign of respect. Clearly, Ranni looked up to this mysterious woman. She became Ranni's secret mentor, and she even knew about the Dark Moon, teaching the young Ranni to fear it as she imparted her cold sorceries. So, what do these moons represent? it's just a theory, but I think the moons kind of act as guides.
So we aren't turning, we're not turning the frogs gay, we're turning the frogs into levitating wizards. Alex Jones was close.
Noxtella, for example, was
it was just deeper than even Alex could have realised.
What's more, Ranni and Rennala were heavily influenced by their moons. Rennala's moon bewitched the Academy that she became the head of, and Ranni's dark moon, for its part, also imparts wisdom and leads a voyage in the Age of Stars ending. They could even be outer gods. And yet, for all of this guidance, Caria and Leonia as a whole have experienced steep decline. Radagon betrayed the House of the Moon. Radahn locked the stars out of motion. The Academy town is flooded to the north. Caria has been ruined in the west, and the stars and moon have gone their separate ways. Nevertheless, Ranni, last princess of Caria,
damn, that's a lot of motive.
Carefully setting new plans.
That's a lot of setup on Ranni.
Sibling to Ranni and Radahn was a man named Rykard, who was lord of the volcano.
The snake
There is
boy.
evidence that Rykard was friendly with his siblings. He conspired with his sister Ranni later on, and there's even a portrait of Radahn hung in the volcano manor, as well as a portrait of Rykard himself before the fall. Item descriptions mark Rykard as stern, ambitious, heroic, and blasphemous. A part of this blasphemy was opposing the Erdtree, which actually drew many knights to his banner, for Rykard believed in taking by force, just as the gods did, and clearly many believed that he would usher in a new age. The armor set of the Gelmir Knights reveals to us what were once very loyal soldiers. The crest of red feathers are there to symbolize Rykard's pedigree as Lord Radagon's son, and the emblem upon their chest piece represents a lord who had lofty ambitions.
Great use of music in his videos.
However, as Rykard delved into the ancient secrets of Mount Gelmir, he came across the immortal Great Serpent, an ancient deity that aligned with Rykard's ambitions. And so, Rykard fed himself to the Great Serpent so that he might devour, grow, and live eternally. Alas, this was too much for his knights, and they believed that their master's heroic ambitions had degenerated into mere greed. So they searched desperately for a weapon with which they might halt their lord. And they found it too. The immortal serpent had lived for a long time, and so there was also a weapon.
To think I was trying to fight this guy without that weapon.
As well, a serpent hunter. But it was too late. As the lord lost his dignity, so too did the knights lose their master.
Oh,
not that it bothered.
That's
Rykard.
rough.
Now we can devour God together.
Whoa.
Next, we need to discuss Malenia and Miquella.
Please don't.
The two were twins as they were born.
No.
No, Rykard, please. Anyway, as you know, Radagon's marriage with Rennala did.
What was that text? Did you just say "fuck off, Rykard"?
Marriage with Rennala did not last. Afterwards, he returned to the Golden Order and became Queen Marika's consort. But what I haven't yet mentioned is that, together, they were blessed with two demigod children, the so-called twin prodigies. Now, in the last lore video, I briefly proposed that these two twins were born after the Shattering, after Radagon and Marika had merged together to become a single god. However, I've since changed my mind. I think Malenia and Miquella were clearly born before the Shattering. There's just so much proof that these two twins were a force that were influencing the world long before the Shattering took place. Anyway, both of these twins were born afflicted. Specifically, in the Japanese text, it's said that their births were vulnerable. Miquella was born afflicted with eternal youth, and Malenia, for her part, was vulnerable.
Eternal youth. Right, so is this where... Oh, do we actually ever see Miquella? Because obviously Mohg stole Miquella, kidnapped her, keeping her, and that's where the pedo comments came from. Afflicted with eternal youth. Well, I mean, it's not really pedo. It's like that anime chick. She may be physically 10, but if she's 400 years old, it's all good. It's all good, right? Where's that video? I need to find it. Anime age suspicious. I don't know. I'm guessing. Yeah, this one. I love this video. This is a classic.
What's good, my boy? Hey, what's up? What anime is you watching? Oh, it's just this anime called The Time I, as a 40-year-old, fell in love with a 12-year-old. Pretty good.
When your friend watches sus anime.
No, it's not like that. Like he's a 40-year-old, but he traveled back in time. So now he's back in his 12-year-old body. So it's okay now. Who are you calling? Listen, can you not judge me? Like, it's not even, that's not why I'm watching the show. Like, I'm watching the show for the action. Right. Right. I mean, it's an isekai, so they're in a different world. So, you know, we don't even know what the age of consent is in that world, right? Like, that matters, right? You making me seem like I'm weird, like I'm sick in the head, bro. It's not like that. So when a man loves a teenager, you making me sound like EDP. You making me feel like EDP right now. That's like you. Bro, who are you calling? Like, what? Who are you? Okay, wait. Maybe I need to explain this better. You
Jesus
make me feel
Christ.
like I'm weird or something, or like sick in the head, but I'm not. Okay, I'm not sick in the head anyway. So look, imagine this. Imagine two 12-year-olds kissing, right? And then this 47-year-old, he astral projects his mind into the body of one of the 12-year-olds. Man, you making me look like I'm a sicko. Like, I need to, like, bro, who are you calling? I know the guy. Okay, he's 164 years old. Okay, we got that. We got that covered, right? I'm gonna need you to stop trying to explain this. The girl is -12. Okay, so it's not that big of a deal because, like, she was 12 and then she went backwards. This isn't helping. For 24 years, and now she's negative. Listen, I think you're better off if you just don't talk anymore. Why is you looking at me like that? Okay, you telling me that it's something wrong with an 86-year-old man grabbing the ass of a 6-year-old? What the fuck am I saying? You know what? How far away is the police station? It's walking distance. Let's go right now. Yeah, let's just go. I'm sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. Let's just walk.
Hey, she's negative 12.
Jail forever.
That's Sylvanus. He's great. He's hilarious. His faces are the best.
To rot.
So that's the deal with
Malenia's scarlet rot
Miquella.
is actually an outer god. This outer god, like many others in the game,
Her rot is an outer god
that is able to be imposed upon the world via an Empyrean vessel, and Malenia was that vessel. And while the scarlet rot is pretty terrible, you can sort of argue that it's got a beauty to it. According to Gowry, the order of rot is resplendent. It's a cycle of death and rebirth, kind of like the lotus flower, which is a flower that blooms anew, beautiful and fresh from mud. I actually have art of this flower hanging in my home. I always love the symbol of it. I actually have lots of art hanging now, and I'm going to talk about all of this artwork that you can buy at the end of the video.
Get them plugs.
Anyway,
Get them
so
plugs,
Malenia
baby.
the Empyrean was vulnerable to.
I need to start getting some sponsorships, man. I will advertise anything.
And while fire and
anything
consecration seemed to be somewhat effective at warding it
I'm
off,
desperate at this point.
Malenia would slowly lose.
Tell me what you need me to shovel, and I will shovel that shit out the door.
Interestingly, old legends of the Scarlet Rot have persisted in the world for generations, and we learn more about the Rot God from the Blue Dancer charm. The Dancer in blue represents a
Even 15 a new empire. I'm over 30 now. I haven't got any integrity left. Fucking load me up. Load me up with it.
fairy, who, in legend, bestowed a flowing sword upon a blind swordsman. blade in hand, the sword.
I was young and idealistic when I turned down that sponsor.
That was rot itself.
I know better now.
Specifically, this god was long ago sealed away in the stagnant water that is downstream of the Ainsel River underground. And
God, I
wherever
hated
rot
this
appears,
place.
the kindred of rot appear as well.
Hated it.
These are pests and servants of the rot. And now, in the current age, these are servants that have been forsaken by Malenia, who is their new goddess. So, this blind swordsman with the flowing curved sword actually went on to become Malenia's mentor. So, technically, it's him that we have to blame for this goddamn attack. The prosthesis wearer heirloom tells us more. A talisman engraved with a scene from a heroic tale. Though born into the accursed rot, when the young girl encountered her mentor and his flowing blade, she gained wings of unparalleled strength. Malenia's ridiculous attack is called the Waterfowl Dance.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, it makes sense that, flowing waters would counter the effects of rot. For just as still waters turn foul, stagnation turns to decay.
Flowing water never grows stagnant.
It's
It's an old Bruce Lee saying.
And indeed, Malenia does resist the call of the rot. There's a lot of evidence that she's not really a willing vessel, but through sheer will and sense of self, she resists the rot. And only when she is truly pressed in battle will she abandon this will and bloom into the goddess within. Malenia's first bloom was during her fight against Radahn, and releasing her scarlet rot was a last-ditch effort that would forever taint the land of Caelid and cripple Radahn. So, whatever she was fighting for in this fight against Radahn, somehow it was worth this terrible act.
That's what...
In general terms, at least, it's clear that Malenia was fighting for her brother. Apart from the times where she relapses into being the goddess of rot, she is known as the Blade of Miquella. She actually goes to great lengths to tell you this. I don't know if you heard. Despite being the toughest boss in From Software history, she's
What's
actually...
that? Where is she? She fights for Miquella? That's an interesting new detail. Whoa.
Fighting for his right to
She's
godhood,
like her...
not her own.
Her blade.
In Malenia's own words, her brother Miquella possesses the wisdom, the allure of a god.
Wait. Whoa. So, Miquella's a dude. So that hand with the ring that old Mohg kissed, and who he's obsessed with. So Radagon, who is actually Miquella, went and seduced Rennala, lesbian relationship there, and then you've got Mohg seducing and being obsessed with an underage boy. Dun.
He is the most fearsome Empyrean of all. For his part, Miquella did a lot to earn his sister's dedication, not the least of which was inspiring her armor and a prosthetic of unalloyed gold. And it's not just his sister that loved Miquella, many people did.
Freaky
The
law.
Bewitching Branch is an item that you can use to turn enemies into temporary allies, and
Yo,
it reads,
you can...
Indeed, he has learned very well how to compel such affection.
Do we ever
His
see
father
Miquella?
Radagon, Miquella fashioned and gifted to him a fundamentalist incantation called Triple Rings of Light. Radagon then returns the favor, gifting back an incantation called Radagon's Rings of Light. These interactions show some of Miquella's positive connections with his father,
Just his corpse
and
in the
also
egg.
Golden Order fundamentalism. And yet, the young Miquella abandoned fundamentalism, for it could do nothing to treat Malenia's accursed rot. This was the beginning of unalloyed gold. So, what is unalloyed gold? Well, an alloy is a composition of metals, so unalloyed gold is pure gold.
Maybe
essentially,
DLC?
with no external
More Miquella
mixtures.
stuff in DLC?
This gold apparently can ward.
Is there any news on this DLC? Elden Ring DLC. What's the latest? Leak. Hints. Oh. Does anyone want to see this? Leak. Look away for 5 minutes if you don't want to see it. I'm going to click it. I'm going in. Hints at a surprising Bloodborne connection. While we know nothing about the Elden Ring DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree, Since developer hasn't offered much information, Elden Ring was apparently supposed to receive 2 DLC expansions before the add-ons were merged into one, which is exactly what happened with Bloodborne: The Old Hunters, the only DLC released for the beloved horror game. Data miner Lance McDonald, who has a positive track record with uncovering information, revealed that Elden Ring's DLC plan was originally much different. A screen grab from a Discord conversation with McDonald shared on Reddit offers a basic look at the original DLC. Elden Ring was meant to launch with a season pass for 2 DLCs. It was all 100% planned. It's unclear how far in advance this was in the works, but this evidently never came to be. Previous games featured the single DLC that launched 8 months after the game's initial release. Wait, how long has Elden Ring been out now? We originally planned on doing 2 sets of DLC. Bloodborne producer Yamagawa told you game it was decided with one set we had to do more with it. As of right now, we have no plans for any more DLC. Okay, now we've got additional content. As Madonna explained, Elden Ring was missing tons of content, which was discovered as part of an initial data mine, including various NPC quest lines that would eventually become the Colosseum. Wait, have I done the Colosseum? Where's the Colosseum? Still got to do that. No idea when it was cancelled exactly, it just never happened, and the Colosseums just randomly showed up for free. Ooh. What does that mean? It's not really a leak. That doesn't give me much. Okay. That's the story. No, you didn't do the Colosseum yet. Oh, it's PvP. Ooh. I bet the PvP is hell in there, man. Everyone's going to have all the craziest, nuttiest, most powerful stuff. What's the most, like, spammed build? What if I go in there, what's everyone using? They're all using spells, aren't they? Spells and shit. Great bows. Better be broken in there.
Put away the
I'll get
middle
wrecked.
of outer gods. And so Miquella bent a lot of his efforts towards creating an unalloyed gold needle. Specifically, this needle was crafted for his sister, to ward off the rot god and forestall the effects of the incurable rotting sickness. We see the bond between the siblings as well when we visit Miquella's Haligtree. We see a statue of a one-armed woman embracing a child, Miquella. In this place, we see the biggest example of Miquella's benevolence, the Haligtree, and the society that was built into the brace that supports it. This was a promised land, seen as a salvation to many who were shunned or persecuted, provided that they can actually find the path here, of course.
So Malenia's actually
many other Imperiums,
pretty good
seems
guy.
to have had the will within them to create a new order, and his is an order that's somewhat modelled on the ones that came before it. The biggest thing is that the Haligtree is clearly inspired by the Erdtree. But the difference is that Miquella's Haligtree is said to be accepting of all, even those the Erdtree shuns. Miquella himself was once embedded inside of the Haligtree, and he watered it with his very own blood since it was a mere sapling. Tragically, however, he was ripped out of this womb during the shattering, and his Haligtree ultimately failed to grow into an Erdtree, becoming a misshapen husk instead.
Oh, damn.
But that's the story for another day.
That's
There's
a strong old
ton
tale.
of cut content to do with Miquella, and he's one of the most mysterious demigods, who I'm sure we'll learn about more later.
Miquella
But
was
there
a
is
good
one more
boy.
thing that I want to mention before I go. It's kind of one
The
theory
innocence
I had
of youth.
during the making of this video. So Miquella and Malenia each have their own butterflies. Malenia's is the Aeonian butterfly, which inhabit the swamp of Aeonia and are rumored to come from the wings of the rot goddess herself. And I think it's fair to say
Butterflies in Greek mythology, they represent cells.
that Miquella's butterfly is the nascent butterfly, which appears as if it's just emerged from its cocoon for its entire life. This is a reference to
Whoa,
Miquella's
look at that,
eternal
look at that artwork.
youth and his cocoon in the Haligtree. But there is, of course, a third butterfly, right? There's the smouldering butterfly. It's said to be an eternally burning butterfly that serves as
Surely that's
kindling.
half the Rykard,
Now bear
right?
with me, but it's my theory that this butterfly is a reference to Melina.
Oh no, because Rykard is Radahn and who was the other one? It's Radahn, Rykard, and So Renala, are they the siblings? No. That's...
Who the Blade of Calling calls the Kindling Maiden and the one who walks alongside Flame. This might suggest that Melina is a sibling to Malenia and Miquella. Again, that's just a theory, but what I really want to talk about here is that, at the very least, Melina is almost certainly the daughter of Marika. We learned this a long time ago from looking at her name in the game's files, and we can further infer it from her dialogue,
Ranni.
as she has a few lines that refer to
Ranni,
mothers and one that says that
Radahn,
she was born
Rykard.
inside the Erdtree. So her being the daughter of Marika is also just a theory.
So Ranni, Radahn, Rykard, Miquella, Malenia, and potentially...
But this one is much more concrete than the butterfly one. Although the reason
Melina.
I like the butterfly theory is that it gives us a hint as to who Melina's parents might have been. Her parents would have been Radagon and Marika, which is to say Marika herself alone, I guess, because Radagon is Marika. Honestly, Melina as a character has only become more mysterious since the game was released, and I'm really only scratching the surface with this theory. But speaking of times before Elden Ring was released, back then, a long time ago, I commissioned this piece from a renowned artist named Marco, and now I'm so excited to reveal it for the first time. This storybook scene is heavily inspired by the early looks we had at Elden Ring, with a red-haired protagonist, spirit companions, a mount that looks like Yakul and a bit like Torrent, and a few other hidden details in the piece. This piece and all of my other prints are now available over at Spring, where you can actually buy them fully framed. In return, that will make your room look better. So check out my prints if you're interested.
And I've got any cool artwork hanging about their place. Oh, right. There we go, guys. I mean, how long's this stream been going? That's some interesting groundwork to the lore. Very spice, very juice. Feel like the foundations are laid, and I'm sure these videos are just going to escalate. Don't know if I'm going to watch more right now. I might just come back. Is there anything random you guys want to watch before I bounce out? I'm going to go get some food. Got to pop to the shop. Run out of water. Anything you guys want me to check out? When the anime literally says the N-word. Do I dare click it? What's going on in my YouTube? The Law of Miquella. 16 gameplay. What, you want to see the liquid flame fight? I'll stick it on for a sec. I did see it. We'll have one more little peruse. Canadian bacon. Hello, mate. Stop trying to get me copyright here. Yeah. 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 So we saw this in a shot before. Obviously Shiva and Jill and Clive, they obviously bust into the Iron Kingdom. You see the Iron Kingdom throne fighting over there. Which makes me wonder if, I guess we're going to fight a Guardian at the foot of Debbie Crystal, right? Crystalline Dominion has that Crystal Dragon, Liquid Flame, this one, so that makes me wonder, you know that Dark Titan, Dark Hugo, maybe that's just what comes out when we go near to the Earth one, or maybe that whole fight with Lost Titan, so when we're trying to go into the big anus hole, that's on Valencia. I guess we're going to fight something big at the point of every crystal. Which makes me think, is Typhon what we fight when we go to destroy Wallode's crystal? Potench. Garuda! Now, I've got to say, Rama's stance actually looks pretty cool. I'm liking it. As for this whole area, I don't know what it is. I don't like this region in this fight. It looks arse to me. I'm not sure why. When I've seen like so much more beautiful sort of environments and detail, this whole area it feels like an MMO. There's like certain mechanics in this fight that seem MMO-ish, and just generally not. Look at that! Look! It looks like shite for some reason. I don't know. And just uninspiring. So, but this is cool. This little interaction. And, Jill in her Shiva form. See, that makes me wonder when they're in their iconic form, how much is their personality there? This is what I'm really excited to explore. Oh, I hope this is one of my hopes for 16, is that when they're iconic, they adopt slightly more, because you know the summons, you know, they all kind of have a personality, that they're kind of influenced a little bit. And what I'm also hoping is that the more that they bust out their summons and the more the petrification happens, I hope they start losing their minds. I think they're going to. I think, you know, Jill's saying that she doesn't want to become a monster, and you know, everything that Barnabas says about, you know, the more that they summon, the more they start losing their minds. I think that would be so cool. So cool. And then how dark would it be if Clive takes their power, and when he's using it, he is like essentially speeding up their petrification. Because what we haven't seen is we've never seen a Shiva stance on Clive. Which that means Clive has never gone and grabbed... He's never gone and grabbed Jill. He's never grabbed her up. He hasn't extracted her power. Oh. Wonder when we're going to get a Shiva stance, or if we will.
Right. I won't take long.
And then be pretty dark. Clive using their powers actually has like an effect on them. Man, Shiva stance would be so cool. Is Torgal fireproof? Here's a little cool detail for you guys. In Islamic story, Iblis, associated closely with Ifrits, they actually, in the story, they say that dogs were created from the saliva of Iblis. Apparently that's how dogs came into creation. Made from the devil Ifrit's saliva. I thought that was a pretty juicy deep. So yeah, like, it turns into like a koala and dragons. It's okay. Getting to hear the music in a bit more detail this time. Good boy. What difficulty are you playing on, guys? Normal or hard? Bring me death! Very MMO mechanics, this fight. So obviously with Yoshi P and his... Well, I mean, obviously it's Ryota Suzuki, DMC5 director doing it. I wonder if there's some influence I'm obviously a predominantly MMO-based team. 14 Alexander music. It's really annoying they've not released the music in separate versions. I can't get a hold of 16 music anyway. And the ones who have done it, arseholes, they keep taking my ad revenue. Now, Torgal! Bloody do something, Torgal! I really hope I don't get angry at Torgal. Like, oh, look at that. Woohoo! Woo! Thunderlance. Very cool. Like, is Torgal going to be another Donald? Because Torgal can heal or do damage. But I think we mostly control all of that. So you know what I mean? There's a lot of positional stuff in this fight. Don't you fucking dare compare him to Donald. Why not? Yo, man. It's very cool to look at. Yeah, gameplay and animations are sublime. I agree. It looks so much fun. And also, they came out in an interview and said that we've gone. You can tell we've gone back to the old HUD, the more bright, vibrant one. Because Yoshi P saw that everyone complained about the HUD initially, so they did mute it to fit more with the aesthetic of the rest of the game. But then they said that you couldn't actually properly see all of the required information and stuff. So they brought it back. And he more or less just was like, trust me, I know that it looks really like jarring at first, but after you play for a few hours, you normalize to it, and basically you're going to be grateful for it. So I kind of appreciate that Yoshi P and his team, you know, they responded to criticism, they took it on board, but then at the same time, they have that confidence not to just fucking simp for what fans want. And I'm like, confident enough in what they're producing, like, trust us on this. Yeah, you're going to see. You're going to see what we're chatting about. There we go. Liquid flame extinguished. Shambador. I love we've got a little victory sound again. I'm just a little bit cheesed we haven't got like victory stances anymore. Why? Bring back the victory stances. I want to see Torgal balking his victory. Like, I miss victory animations. Yeah, they should have had Clive. Yeah, they should have had Clive. Just do a little bit of a flap. A little bit of a hair flick. Something elegant. But yeah, fanfare being back is cool. Oh yeah. Who's this? Who's this chick? Who's this dude? He looks like an absolute nutter. Anything to finish off the stream, guys? I'm a sociopath, ask me anything. Lol. Spent 12 hours. PewDiePie's still going? I guess he's still going strong. Of course he will. I did see Mr. Beast had just overtaken PewDiePie in subscribers. This was supposed to be Bloodborne 2. Is that DMC? Tifa stretching her breasts is best stance. Yeah, she's stretching them. Oh, that's what I want to see one more time. I haven't seen it since. I want to have a look at the Phantom Blade trailer one more time. It's so juicy, man. So juicy.
knowing you have only 66 days to live.
Opening with a nice bit of just regular gameplay. There you go.
Run away.
It's a good sign. Oh, this was supposed to be Bloodborne 2. Is that what they're saying? This was supposed to be Bloodborne 2?
It won't make any difference at the end of the day.
Wait, is this from Soft? This isn't
You
from
know
Soft?
better than anyone else.
That might be a bait video, I don't know.
That no one
That's so cool. That little Chinese dragon. Creepy Chinese dragon. I like how when I saw that this was supposed to be Bloodborne 2, I didn't connect in my head, but subconsciously it must have reminded me of this.
You too! This is a real face!
He let you live? What secret did you sell him?
Oh, wait, so the character's actually got some voice as well. Nice. Oh, look at that! Look at that! God damn, that's so dope, man. That's so dope-alicious. Got Pyramid Head as well. Just look at the speed. Like, if this is the actual speed of the game and they haven't just done like a 1.2 times speed up, which maybe they have.
Where? This damned place! You're suicidal!
I reckon they put a 1.2, 1.3 speed up. Maybe not though. Maybe there's just this much.
One last.
Look at it! Look at the pacing!
And we're all done.
I won't be able to keep up, man. Dope. I'll need to snort a line to play this. Right? A bit of cocaine. Good thing I'm in Colombia. Look at it. Look at this. The gameplay looks too good to be true. That's exactly how I feel, man. There's something. Is it actual gameplay though? Maybe with a speed up, but regardless, looks good. Smells good. Like, smell that.
Let's kill him with.
How does that smell to you? That smells like 9.3. IGN. Kotaku will say it's shit.
Knowing you have only 66 days to live.
Smells like fresh rain. Smells like what?
Get my heart back.
What? Any game that's got what in it, I'm in. Man, dope. Alright guys, right, what do? I'm gonna pop off, have a shower, have a relax, have some food. What do I do now? Now Elden Ring is done, obviously I've got more lore, I can dissect. I'm gonna take my time going through the lore. I'm not gonna oversaturate with it. I like to jump in and explore it here and there. But what do we do now between here and the 16 release? Do I do some Stranger Paradise? Theatrhythm? Do I just go and continue pointlessly making theory vids? Xenoblade. Yeah. Maybe DMC. Get myself prepped for 16's combat. I don't know. I'm in the ether now. I mean, I'm really enjoying Stranger Paradise. I do like this game. Brie, you been mashing Theatrhythm? You been rocking on my account, leveling up our characters? How's it going? Let me switch back over. Ah, no. No. Oh, you're not signed in. Ah, I got kicked off my account today. Brie made PlayStation think that my account is hacked. Can I still get in? A quick track or two of Theatrhythm. See if I've still got it. Woohoo! I hate you, Dad! With a smile on his face. I hate you, Dad! Alright, what have we not cleared? Probably need something... Ah! I can't keep my headphones. Straight with an ultimate. Oh shit, no, I just took the wrong team. That was the noob leveling team. Oh, I've done a level 10 with a noob team. I haven't played this in ages. I ain't gonna remember the buttons. Oh, shite. I'm gonna get wrecked. Right, what's the buttons again? Oh, any, right? See how crusty I am. Everyone's been toaded. My brain just ain't happening, Captain. Ain't happening. I wiped intentionally because I didn't have the right team on. Legit. Let's take my big level 99 team. I'm gonna warm up on expert. The TV is also very far away and it's not that large, so this is... I definitely need to go get an eye test. Is it normal not to have been to an optician for a decade? Or the dentist for that matter. Who needs to go to the dentist? There we go. Oh, I dropped it. Dick cheese. The greens are really hard to spot on this TV. Don't know if it's the lighting, but it's just blending into the back of the green field. Difficulty jumpers. Wow. Oh, that's green. Can't pick out greens properly. Woo! What a boring song. Did I clear the quest? I've never been to an eye doctor either. If they roughly work, that's good enough for me. I have that mentality with my streams and my eye holes. Roughly works. Summons deal half damage. Hope I'm taking a summon team, of which I've got a lot of summoners in my team. But where's the summoner? Banger. Let's go level 8. Make it tense. Defeat 7 or more enemies. Okay, let's do it. We got this. Oh shit. Did not get that. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, this is so intense. Got the intensity. Yeah. Go like go. I don't have any items on. Oh wow. That's not easy. Oh my. Joking. And I ain't even smoking. Go to a nice bit of 12. Oh my god, I'm dying. I'm eating too many peanuts. Help! Help me! Hit enemy. I need water. One more. I can clear an element. Starting to have doubt. I'm getting the game. Yeah, boy! Squiggle King! Dick hole. You miss our evening sat here playing this Burry. Many Theatrhythm hours were spent. And she got determined. She got a bit ragey at times. I don't do it to you! I don't do that to you! We all have to go! I don't yell! I swear I'm gonna kill you! The notes on this are so random, but the song is also just quite random. Yeah! Across the plains of 12! was out of time on that. The timing was very peculiar, but we did it. Whee! Anyway. I'm out, guys. Thank you for coming to the stream. Much appreciated, everybody. Have a good time. Maybe see you later. Whatever I come back for. Nice. Elden Ring. Done. Chill with the homies. Done. I enjoy these hangouts. It's good times. Maybe we'll just do that. We'll just hang out. Maybe I'll just come and live theory dive. Because there's a lot of time I spend ferreting about the internet, looking for links and connections. I might do that leading up to 16. You just hop on, go in some deep dive in the story, get high Peru, shovel some coal into this juicy train that's steaming towards one of the greatest games of the year. Goatee incoming. Fuck it the way, Tears of the Kingdom. Hopefully YouTube will tell me next time you go live. Did you not get a notification for it? You got the bell button, your notifications on. I wonder if YouTube has messaged me. Well, I'll quickly check. Just see if YouTube has messaged me back. I'm trying to get... They said they'd message, but I doubt they have. I'm trying to figure out... I didn't get a notification either. Oh, it's possible though, that might be because you only do 3 notifications a day on a 24-hour cycle and I signed in sooner. It actually, for this channel, probably is that. Oh, first notification I've missed a month. Probably in that case it's because I had some technical issues yesterday and I had to sign in a few times, didn't I? I think that's it. YouTube, have you messaged me? It'd just be amusing to see if they have. Typed in YouTube into my email, and the first thing that comes up, Brad Browning has messaged me, how to get a girlfriend. Want a new girlfriend? If you do, then this is the video for you. How has this guy got my email? Get a girl to like you in under 10 seconds. Do you really want to get a girl to like you instantly? And not just like, but like really attracted to you? Dude, how much has this mess guy been emailing me? Make someone want you again. Oh, that's just sad. Oh, that's just really sad. Oh no. What forces your ex to miss you? Well, in my latest YouTube vids, I'll spill the beans. Make your ex really want you back. Your ex won't stand a chance. Oh no. Ooh. Just move on, man. You don't want to be wanted by... You don't want to convince someone to like you. It's not the way. Like, you don't want to People are very psychologically malleable. You don't want to learn some trick on how to just bypass somebody's brain. So in that moment, they're like, oh shit, I want this person back. You're just going to go through the breakup cycle again. Fuck, man. Man, Brad Browning is bugging on me. Let's see what else I've got in my spam. Exploring Peasants' emails. Let's go. I've got in my spam a message from Forster Afloe Zongo saying, attention, we are writing from Akawa's Finance Control Office, Lome Togo, because we have received the file from the Ministry of Finance of Lome Togo concerning an inherited fund bearing your name on it. And after our verification, we found out that the fund belongs to you. To me. I want you to forward a copy of your passport or any copy of your identity card to verify it's the same name on the one on the file. And also, I'd like to forward you any document within your reach that may confirm from your side to ensure this fund does not end in the wrong person's hand. From Lone Tongo. What the fuck is Lone Tongo? Is that an actual place? Is the capital of the largest city of Togo, population of 837,000. Shit, man. He wants those monies. Right. Let me just 2 secs. I'm going to explore this. I wonder if anyone's ever done this before. Right. I'm gonna send a picture of my passport. Well, let's do this. Let's see if I get this inherited fund. Lone Tongo, here I come. Bree, we're shifting plans. How do I send a picture of my passport through? I wondered who would be the first. They want to steal your identity. Of course it'd be Bree. Bree's so cautious. I know you're probably fucking right. But it's the fact you still said probably. Probably. I told Bree the other day I was going to get blackout drunk in the streets of Colombia. And she thought I was being really serious. The person who was closest to me seems to have least faith that I'm not as stupid as I make out. Right. I can't see any more weird emails. That's a shame. There's lots of Airbnb and Blinkist. Ah, that's disappointing. I'm going to type penis into my emails. I've got like over 11,000 emails. Guys, if there's any word you want me to search, I have a spam box on ffpeasant@mail.com that is just full of shit. Give me words to look up. Okay, nothing in there says penis. Dick. Pick a word. Oh, dick's come up with something. Oh, it's because there's a Patreon follower I have whose surname is Dixon. Brothel. Cuck. Alright, look up brothel and cuck. Nothing. I wonder if there's anything. Oh, I accidentally typed in brother. I've got 3 emails. Boris Johnson's brother. Final Fantasy X Tidus Brotherhood sword that I was going to buy on eBay. Something from Muslim Brotherhood is now following me on Twitch. Free. Oh, there's going to be so much under free. I'm going to type in cheese. See if there's anything under cheese. Nothing under cheese in 11,000 emails. Yeah, I mean, free's got loads, man. Too much. Just Eat, get groceries delivered free. Member awards are here and they're free. Charlotte Tilbury, gifts for you, free. Type ginge. Right, I'll type in ginge. On Twitch, I've been followed by the Ginger Gnomes, Ginger 0012, that Ginger Guy, and Ginger Sam 94. As well, oh no, there's 5, and Well Dressed Ginger. Anything else? Search for lawsuit. Okay. Let's go, lawsuit. Nothing under lawsuit. That's a shame. 3 girls. Okay. I'm going to type in wife. Oh, I've got something under wife. So, Apple News. From Apple News, the bizarre relation of a work wife and work husband. What starts off as a typical office friendship can get into murky territory. How far will house prices fall? Wait, what? That jumped. 5G mail. My wife thanks me. Surprise gift for you. I've got an email from somebody called Clove. Who is Clove? I've now been sent over to a bunch of anime cards with very young looking anime girls on them. Okay. Don't know what that is. Oh, it's an ad. Why have I got that? Right. Clive or Clove? FBI. I'm going to type in FBI. Right, Bocco no Pico. Okay. Wow. 326 emails. Oh, shit, I need to take myself off that emailing list. Didn't realise they're sending me that much. Anything else you guys want to see? Any other words? Come on, let's dig deep. Let's dig deep. Spicy. Poo nanny. Growler. I'm just going to type in the SEX word. Oh wow. Okay, we've got some searches for sex. The suburban couple sharing their sex life with who? With the world. In a quiet Sussex village, Lacey Haynes and Flynn Talbot seem like any other couple, happily raising the kids. They just also happen to record themselves in bed. There's a lot of people doing that. Apple News? Are you serious? What? Bunch of eBay stuff on unisex. I don't know. It's mostly just emails from my eBay when I used to sell those FF Peasant tees, and in the title I had unisex on it. So type pizza. Now we're talking, son. Oh, I'm definitely gonna order pizza if I see any. If I see any, it's GG. Mail team cancellation of mail.com account. How the fuck has that got pizza in it? Saying, Domino's Pizza, was your driver an absolute... Oh, star. If you're sinking back into the sofa post-pizza thinking, wow, that delivery driver was so wondrous, so swift, so nimble. It was, without a doubt, an award-worthy delivery experience. I just wish there was a way to thank them. I wish no more. You can now leave tips online for your pizza delivery man. Man, I've got a lot of... There's more Domino's Pizza order confirmations on here than I care to admit. How did we do? Oh my god, how much pizza I've eaten over the years. Papa John's? Oh my god, there's a lot of calories in here. Have you tried enhancement? Let's give enhancement a go. Nothing for enhancement. That's a shame. need to type in Keck. Oh, something on Keck. I've been followed by Spyro Keck, Top Keck Shrek, Winter Keck, Final Fantasy Keck Ski, and Winter Keck 2. Type NFT. Let's go. Unmasking NFTs. All about NFTs, crypto. Oh yeah, speaking of crypto, what happened to my trade earlier? Did I get wrecked? Did I get wrecked? I had a trade going. Oh shit. I closed the short and I closed the long. I got fucking obliterated both ways. I got wrecked in both directions. Finally, the NFT guide you've been looking for. We're talking about NFTs, dealing with climate grief, outrage plus optimism. I'm being suggest very weird blinkists. Commune with Jeff Krasno. Forgiveness is nature's autocorrect. Teaches and shines a light on how to forgive. Oh man, I'm being attacked here. You probably see yourself as a unique individual in control of your thoughts, beliefs, actions and behaviours. However, already fuck you. No however. Chances are that most of us are influenced by the people and dominant beliefs of the societies and communities we live in. In this collection of blinks and shortcast episodes, you'll discover what a shithead you really are. Jesus, man. Type hentai. Please don't have any searches. Please don't have searches. No searches! We're safe. Nothing came up. Anime. Oh, I've got some on anime. Hey, Peasant, Final Fantasy Peasant, hope your week is going well. I'm reaching out from Amp & Go, a global influencer marketing platform that connects creators like yourself with exciting brands from around the world. I want to personally get in touch as we have a new paid and exclusive opportunity coming up that we think would be perfect. We're working, here's the details, working with a very big game developer in one of their newly released games, a space-themed 3D anime-style RPG game. This game has a very favourable views and one of the most popular RPG releases of the year. I wonder what that was. If interested, could you please include description and pinned comment? So it makes me feel like this is like a spam thing, but it seems like they actually do know me. Additionally, if you plan on posting videos on Final Fantasy 16 in June or July, please let us know. The brand is interested in integrations to go alongside FF16. Hey! I wonder what that was. I thought that was just like a generic spam thing, but the fact they mentioned 16... What? I don't know where this is coming from. Are you still interested? Anime Persona P5 Makoto Nijima Hug Pillow. Why? Why? Is this mouse mat still of interest? Mouse mat anime Persona 5. Picture cosplay. It's got Futaba. Chie Satonaka. Satonaka figure. What else is there? Been followed by Anime Fan Only 2009, DJ Anime 2016, Anime Virus. Surely more. Man, there's a lot of Persona stuff here. Shin Megami Tensei Persona 5 mug. Man, I missed P5 days. I'm also being followed by Anime Simmer, Anime Lover, Anime Ninja. Anime Gaming Lifting. And Anime Hero Kazuma. And Anime Game King. Okay. One more search, guys. Bring it up good. I'm going to sign out. One more. One more deep dive. Go buy a body pillow for the Lulz bed. How would I travel around the continents with it? Imagine trying to get that through airport security. Pepe. Lily Potter. Hello. There's no Pepe. Oh, Bree might dump me over that. We need one more search. What about Juicy? Juicy. Oh, I've got 3 things under Juicy. Kate Yalis. Juicy Dragon Quest 11. Katie sent me Juicy Dragon Quest 11 somethings. Juicy info about episode Ignis. Hello Pez, this link was posted by Legendary Maku from Twitter, interview from the devs, during Kingsglaive, translated. So yeah, some kind of new info about possible future of DLCs, and also that Tabby himself has even cried over the story of episode Ignis. Anyway, have a good read, ciao. Oh, Tabby! Try Ben Stark. Just type in Ben. DJ Anime 2016 is a dear friend of mine. Yeah? What, on Twitch? No way. 3-bedroom house in Long Bennington. Yo, guys, you might be interested. There's houses going for £5,000 in the UK. There's a particular town I saw, Brie. They're selling houses for 5k because the major employer there has packed up, leaving most of the town a deserted ghost town that, yeah, is like boarded up. It has also been taken over by crackheads as well, apparently. We should go there. Oh, read Natalia and Benny's review. Yo, Brie, remember Benny? We stayed at his place in America. Here's his review. I haven't read this. Jake was a great guest. He booked early, communicated transparently, graciously shared the outdoor space, kept the place tidy and departed on time. We highly recommend hosting him back and will welcome him back. His partner, on the other hand, not so sure. Fuck. Oh, I've typed in Ben Savoska, how to get a friend with benefits. If it's been long, so long since you got laid, that the dusty old pack of condoms your room is covered in cobwebs. If you're sick of spending your weekend nights alone with hand cream and a box of tissues, or if you're frustrated because you only ever hook up with fat or ugly girls. This would be the most exciting video you've ever seen, because it reveals a simple method. How to get friends with benefit buddy tonight. And it works even if you're old, broke, unattractive, overweight or shy. You'll be sitting at home in your underwear playing Xbox or watching TV. And if you feel turned on, you just pick up your phone, scroll through your list of girls, choose the one you feel like sleeping with tonight and send her a text. Then she'll arrive at your place, get on her knees, as easy as ordering a slice of pizza. Check it out now. That is so problematic. There are so many issues with that. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. Oh. I got a message from someone about Ben about wanting to buy one of my Shiba Inu puppies. I don't think we sold it to them in the end. What else? I think that's it. Other than I've been followed. Here's all the Bens I've been followed by: Benny Boy 20, Benny Boy 20, Ben Wimmer, Ben, Elias Bennett, Taylor Ben, Breezy Ben, Benevolent Ben, Benevolent Sage, Ben 0205, Robendix, Baper Ben, Ruben, Gambino, Genzi Benzi. Okay, I'm out. Okay, I'm done. Bye, guys. Have fun. Catch you later, maybe, if I sign in for something. Bye. Suss out what I want to do with the rest of my life for the next 20 days. I may just put myself in a pizza coma. Can't think of anything. Where are you, Les Canapes? They still over in the UK? Hopping between various different houses. But yeah, peace out, guys. Swell times. Toodle Henry. Ben Venry. Dark Phoenix, mate. Ms. Azzy. Shelby. Shut this live stream. Get out. Sunny. My name's Jack.